presentation of Fox Sports.
We are Baltimore. We are Detroit.
Tigers baseball on Fox Sports Detroit is presented by
Bell Tire.
Summer coming all the way from Plymouth up Woodward Avenue to Comerica Park. Game one of a weekend series. The Tigers hosting the best in baseball, the Los Angeles Dodgers, on a beautiful baseball night in the Motor City. First of three. As we give thanks to Mario for allowing me to sit in for the weekend with, of course, a Detroit Tiger great and a star for the Dodgers as well. And we'll get to that with Kirk. But before we do, the contrast in these two teams. The last 12 games, the Tigers, in a bit of a slump, have lost 10. In the last 59 games, the Tigers have lost 9. It's mind-boggling how good this Dodger team is.
It really is, and it's historic what they've done so far. It's going to be a tough one for the Tigers. The Dodgers have not lost a series since June, but it's a great challenge. Clayton Kershaw, their best player, is 15-2. He's been on the DL. Adrian Gonzalez, he's been on the DL. They've won more games than they did with those guys. How'd they do it? With youth. Cody Bellinger going for the home run rookie record. He's in the lineup. Corey Seager, the best hitter, they believe, in number 2 spot. Justin Turner, they picked him up for $1 million. What a pickup that was. He's a gamer deluxe. You just see our plus 214 in runs scored over their opponents, 51 games over 500. They're a very hot team. They're the best in baseball for now, but the Tigers have some pride about it as well, and it's to be a good test for them to get up for this Dodger team and match them pitch for pitch and win this series and bring them down to reality a bit, Dick.
Well, the fact that the Dodgers have not lost a series in more than 2 months, while every other major league team has lost 6 series, it would be quite a feather in the cap for the Tigers if they could take 2 out of 3, maybe sweep the Dodgers, or is that a bit ambitious? Well, an ambitious LSU Tiger is the mighty Matuk. He's on a tear of late. Can he go deep against Detroit today? Back with the action in just a moment.
The Tigers and Dodgers getting set to do battle. They began meeting in interleague play back in 2003, and the Tigers here at home have a winning record against the Dodgers, 5-3 over that time. You can already tell that there's a special sound to the broadcast with Dick Enberg stepping in for play-by-play tonight. It's also special for Kirk Gibson. You can love two teams evenly. The memories are special with each. First pitch is coming up in front of a big crowd here at Comerica Park.
To be celebrated. We celebrate the little things, the hard work, the hustle, this game of inches. We celebrate those special moments we'll never forget. Opening days, no hitters,
Swing and a miss. Verlander has done it again.
and World Series home runs. This weekend, our celebration continues, reminiscing from the booth, tying today with generations in the past, while two of baseball's storied franchises provide the action. It's a weekend to celebrate America's pastime, the Dodgers and the Tigers, and it all begins right now on Fox Sports Detroit. And we're about set to go. Today's Tiger starting pitcher is Jordan Zimmerman, presented by Family Heating, Cooling, and Electrical.
Zim 7-9 on the year, 24th start tonight. He's had 3 good before his last rough outing, and still the active leader in walk, the least amount of walks per 9 innings. That's 1,000 innings pitched, so he's always been good. Fastball, slider, and curveball. He's going to have to mix it up against his tough Dodger team.
And double tough it is, Kirk, and here is the Dodgers batting order presented by your Metro Detroit Chevy dealers. Chris Taylor at the top of the order with Corey Seager. Seager, another 300 hitter. Then the man leading the National League in hitting, Justin Turner, and on they go. Bellinger, Grandal, Puig move from 8th to 6th in the order. Adrian Gonzalez back in action in the lineup, and then it's Logan Forsythe and Jock Peterson. And here's the first pitch of the game. Zimmerman sends it in the strike zone, and here we go in what should be a delicious weekend of baseball. Chris Taylor out of nowhere. In 5 years in the minors, hit 22 homers. Here in the major leagues, a rookie, he's hit 17 already. Rips that one. Oh, knocked down by Castellanos. Good play. Took a possible double away from Taylor.
Good job right here. Castellanos gets over just enough, gets his glove on it, kind of kicks to his right, knocks it, keeps in front, and quickly over to first he gets Taylor. Tigers starting defense is brought to you by the Michigan Office of Highway Safety and Planning. We bring you the starting defense. You got Jay up, Matuk, and Presley across the outfield. Castellanos and Cabrera on the corners. In the infield, Iglesias and Kinsler up the middle, with McCann behind the dish, and Jordan Zimmerman on the mound.
Here's the National League Rookie of the Year last year, Corey Seager, and you can see the Tigers go into the dramatic shift. Only 2 men on the left side, Castellanos and the left fielder Upton. Seager hitting .310. Sends it high in the air. Castellanos backpedaling onto the grass, and Iglesias calls him off for the second out.
That's a big league pop up there. Big levers on Seager. Just mentioned the Rookie of the Year. The Dodgers, a great combination of experience and youth. They've done a good job, and they've played tough since beginning of spring training, and they've carried it through, and the record shows.
And then they were aggressive before the trading deadline as well, going for Yu Darvish to add to that already outstanding rotation, and Tony Watson and Tony Cingrani into the bullpen, 2 lefties. Here's Turner hitting .345, tops in the National League. A 32-year-old from Cal State Fullerton. He was part of their World Series, College World Series champions.
Take a look at Turner. We'll analyze him throughout the weekend, but watch where he starts with his hands. He adjusts his leg kick. It's all a timing mechanism. He knows he's got good swing mechanics. He's already made those adjustments throughout the offseason and the beginning part of this season. So you kind of have to learn. After everything you always work on, it all comes to the timing. So how do you get your foot down and your hands in the ready position to get to the ball quickly? And this is an interesting way right here.
And Zimmerman falls behind 3-1. Jordan, 31 years of age, from Wisconsin-Stevens, a Division III school, all the way to second-team All-America in college. Ripped off the glove of Castellanos, and it trickles into left field. Turner will take a turn and will hold there with another base hit. Ripped at third, and Turner's aboard.
See if they give him a hit or an error, and this ball was hit very firmly. Did not put any water on the infield tonight. It's very hard. See, that's just ball came up with lots of topspin on it. They tried to go for the quick backhand Olay, was unable to come up with it. 107 on the hit speed off of the bat of Turner.
So the Dodgers have the National League Rookie of the Year last year in Corey Seager, and here's the odds-on for that same honor this season. The left fielder Cody Bellinger, 34 home runs for this first-year player. Only 22.
Again, look at his stance, very upright. You'll see he's got somewhat, I don't want to call it an uppercut swing, you can name it yourself, but likes the ball down in the zone, about thigh high down. Very dangerous down there. Of course, Jordan Zimmerman likes to throw the ball at the top of the zone and get that bat underneath that ball, not on top, where the damage could be done. Bellinger 9 for 14 over the last 5. Hits in all.
snap throw and not in time. McCann trying to throw behind the runner. Turner. And the count's 1-2 now to Bellinger.
Perfect pitch. This is just what I was talking about. This is where you want it, up and in. Gets right underneath it. McCann almost picked off Turner.
Good slap tag by Cabrera. Barely getting back Turner. You could almost weave that hair into the beard and have a full complement, huh? Kind of like you, Kurt.
Yeah. Not anymore.
Swing and a miss, and Zimmerman has his first strikeout. That's it for the Dodgers in the first. Here come the Tigers and Ian Kinsler. With his 6th leadoff home run in Texas. He'll get things started. Here's the Tigers batting order presented by your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Kinsler followed by Matuk, then Justin Upton, who's leading the Bengals in almost every category. Then Cabrera, Castellanos at third base. Victor Martinez, the designated hitter, followed by McCann, Presley, and Iglesias. Today's starting pitcher for the Dodgers is Rich Hill from the University of Michigan, presented by MGM Grand Detroit.
18th game started, has not lost in his last 7. Has had blister problems in the past, not so this year. Fastball about 60% of the time, but boy, he really spins the curveball. You're going to see about 40% of it. You see an 8-4 record. He's done a great job for the Dodgers since coming over, and good control. And the Tigers hitters are going to have to recognize that curveball, but it's going to go out of the zone and jump on the one that's going to come into the zone.
Kinsler checks in at 248. And the first pitch, a fastball at 89 for a strike. It's University of Michigan night. That pleases Kirk Gibson.
I'm going to have a problem with it.
You're going to
paid a little bit of respect to him.
I thought the rivalry went deeper than that.
No,
Come on.
It's deep. You know, we could get a shot here. I got the blue on, and then look at the coat.
The lining and Spartan green and white.
So I go with the. What do we got in here? Oh, those are Sparties in there. So I got a little blue and the green. We mix together. We can get along. Both great universities, and in truth, we know that. But we'll be rooting for the Spartans when they play the Wolverines.
Out in front is Kinsler. 1-2. Well, it's good to be home for the Tigers. Rough road trip.
It was probably their toughest trip of the year. Didn't play well. Texas was doing everything right.
Man, is that a home run hitting lineup, the Rangers?
Oh, they do.
It's out of play, and looks like a fan from Beaver Island came up with that souvenir.
Made the trip across the ferry today and drove down from Charlevoix all the way from Beaver Island. That a boy.
Yeah, that's not just the Detroit Tigers, it's the Michigan Tigers all the way up to the Upper Peninsula. There's that slow breaking pitch. It's almost his changeup. He just takes more off the curve.
It looked like Ian was totally fooled on this pitch, and you just watch him take it. You can tell his ears are listening. Nope, that's not a strike. Let's move on.
Full count. Matuk to follow, and then Justin Upton. And he misses outside with a breaking ball. So leadoff walk, that often leads to good things.
Let's take a look at the Dodgers starting defense, brought to you by Tim Hortons. Going left to right in the outfield, Cody Bellinger, Jock Peterson in center, Yasiel Puig in right, Justin Turner and Adrian Gonzalez on the corners of the infield, Chris Taylor at short with Logan Forsythe at second, and Yasiel Grandal is catching Rich Hill. Very good defensive team is this Los Angeles Dodger team. In fact, they're one of the, I think they're the only team that has a positive number on defensive runs saved at every position, so that makes the pitching better.
Matuk takes a fastball right down the heart of the plate. Hitting .300 with 9 homers. Finding his way here in the major leagues this season and becoming a valuable asset for Detroit.
So that was a 3-2 count, and that was a curveball, right?
Correct.
So I just keep track of these. You're a hitter, you got to pay attention to what's going on in the game. You got to have a good idea what way they're going to work you. You're not, you know, I'm just going to say it's a curveball. He tried to backdoor the curveball. He missed the fastball away. Then he came curveball off the plate, trying to break it on the plate, never made it back.
Runner goes, a hesitation by Grandal, and in easily is Kinsler with his 10th steal of the season. A walk and a steal as good as a leadoff double.
Absolutely. Ian just picks the pitch. He doesn't think Hill's coming over again, so he goes first move. See, he's got a little walking start up there. The hesitation by Grandal doesn't get out of his glove. That's what happens when you get a good jump. You can pressure that catcher. They have to rush it, unable to get him in time. Stolen base for Ian Kinsler.
Pitch was a strike at the plate. 0-2. We'll give you a warning and well in advance. There have been team after team this season that will take a lead against the Dodgers, take it into the 7th, 8th inning, and they've been incredible in coming from behind. Best in the majors. Come from behind wins. You're better be on your toes till that final out.
38 times they've done it.
Isn't that amazing? Stays alive.
And they lead the majors with 10 walk-offs. Of course, you're not going to walk anybody off, and they're on the road.
Well, in the best run, a historical run, 50 wins in their last 59 games. They don't know how to lose. Gonzalez returns to the lineup. Runner goes. Swung on and missed. Throw to third. Not in time. Matuk goes down swinging, but Kinsler, with back-to-back steals, is at third with one away.
He got smacked pretty good right there by Justin Turner. See, he's got the walking lead again up there. He does make it in there, but it's a tough when you're the hitter. Ooh, look at that.
Ian's 221st and 222nd career steals.
11th of the season.
Now here's Upton. He's been the man for the Tigers this year, leading in home runs, RBIs, runs scored, hits, doubles, walks even, and until those 2 stolen bases by Kinsler led in steals with 10.
Yeah, infield is in by the Dodgers. So you're the Tigers. You're going to probably tell Ian Kinsler, make the ball. It's got to go through. It's got to go through somewhere. It's got to get by one of these guys you're going to hold. And you would do that as your number 3 hitters up Upton, but then Miguel Cabrera follows.
Infield tight, hitter's delight. Out of play. All-star numbers for Justin Upton.
Jeff's been steady all year. Continues to rack up the numbers. Likes the number 3 spot. Likes the lefties too. You can look at the splits there, 333 to 263. Though he's got more home runs off the right-handed pitchers, he's probably faced twice as much right-handed pitchers. A little over 70% of the pitchers in the big leagues are right-handers. So you're going to see more of them.
A ball, 2 strikes on Upton. High fly ball deep to center field. Peterson going back, and it's off his glove. Kinsler scores. Into second is Upton. The Tigers take the lead.
Jay up, battles back, gets down in the count, 0-2. And he's seen Rich Hill a time or two. Hasn't had much success against him. 0 for his first 6 times. I think he thought he got it. Jock Peterson.
No, it was just off. Yeah, it would not have been a home run. Just over the glove of Peterson, about a foot below the top of the fence.
Kinsler tags up as he should. Jay up jogs into second.
Upton has had a lot of double action this year. 34th. He's among the league leaders. Drive by Cabrera. It's up the alley. That'll get Upton home. And Cabrera can cruise into second with an RBI double. 2-0 Detroit.
This is a fastball, 89 miles an hour. Miggy wasn't waiting around. Good game plan. He's got pretty much middle third of the plate. Finds the gap. Jay up, does the right thing, makes sure that it goes through. Scores easily, and Miggy on down to second. Just trade places again.
It all started with the leadoff walk to Kinsler. A couple of steals by Ian, and then back-to-back doubles, Upton and Cabrera. It's 2-0, and first pitch swinging is Nick Castellanos.
Tigers have come out very aggressive today. Lots of energy. Like it.
Second to Upton in home runs with 16 on the club. And a good hitter against the Dodgers, as you can see, in limited duty. There's that slow breaking ball.
Well, Nick, pretty much he gets pounded inside part of the plate. You can see so far the Dodgers are establishing in there as well. You get that fastball in there first to get you thinking about it, and then they start throwing the breaking pitch that starts just on the inside part of the plate and breaks off.
Lifted to right and shallow, a long run for Puig. Can he get there? Yes, that's a catch. Oh, he had to wait for first base umpire Adam Hamari to make the call. Just picked that off the grass top, did Puig. That's an excellent play.
Tigers are going to check it. It looked like he got the leather underneath the ball. It came a long way. Oh, yeah, I still think that the ball got underneath and just stayed on the leather, did not hit the grass.
Yeah, that's a catch.
I don't think they're going to reverse that. See if Brad wants to challenge it, but I don't think so.
alertly. Cabrera hung within 15 feet of second base and then was going to take off if the ball got away. So he's still in scoring position with 2 outs. And here's Victor Martinez. Line drive. Oh, Turner makes the defensive play. Oh, the Tigers came out swinging and deliver a couple of doubles, and they take the lead after 1 here at Comerica. It's Detroit 2, Los Angeles nothing.
Between innings, he's not none too happy. Gave up a couple of runs, cleaning some things up down there in the dugout. Frustrated. He's a gamer. Pitchers don't like that. He wanted to get off to a good start, but this team again, they have come back 38 times. So you Tigers need to keep tacking on and holding them at bay here on the defensive side of the game.
Yeah, in tennis terms now, Zimmerman and the Tigers trying to hold serve and maintain that 2-0 lead. Yasmani Grandal, a 28-year-old out of Cuba, played his college ball at the University of Miami, traded by the Padres to the Dodgers a couple of years ago. Don't be fooled by his average. When he hits it, they go a long way. Swing and a miss, 2-1.
He lets it go. I remember playing against him when he first came over to San Diego. Kind of a raw guy, little raw at catching as well, but he has improved. He's one of the top pitch framers in the game, especially on the ball down in the zone.
Zimmerman falls behind 3-1. Against left-handed pitching this year, 265, right-handed 257, switch hitter. More power from the left side. And he earns a leadoff walk. We saw what that did for the Tigers to open their first inning, led to a couple of runs.
That's not what you want to do when you get a 2-0 lead. And Jordan usually does not walk anybody less than 2 over his career.
Right fielder Yasiel Puig. Talking with Dave Roberts, the manager of the Dodgers, before the game, he said he's elevated Puig from the 8th spot in the order to number 6 as a reward that he's playing his best baseball. Now in his 5th year in the LA uniform, and he hits that high center field. Matuk cruising back, makes a catch. Grandal tags and bluffs, and there's one away. Stay tuned to Tigers Live following the game, where we'll select the Fox Sports Detroit Tigers Player of the Game, presented by McDonald's. Stop by for your breakfast favorites being served all day.
Pretty good job. Puig jumps on the first pitch, goes deep. Mikey Matuk, somebody in the outfield was very good at telling him tagging Mikey got the ball and quickly retrieved it into the second base, keeping Grandal at first.
Here's the 35-year-old veteran, Adrian Gonzalez. He takes strike one. Only 4 hits away, Gonzalez, from the 2,000 career hit mark.
Gonzalez, very smart hitter. He'll take some good notes. You want to make sure you mix it up as the game progresses.
92 on the fastball, 0-2.
You may have watched part of some of the games in Texas over the weekend. Tigers gave up some home run balls, and you got to hit your spots.
He's been on the shelf over 9 weeks, Gonzalez. And he drives that one into the corner, and that ball is fair. Grandal racing to third. Here's the relay, and they'll hold there as Gonzalez. Can he hit? Out for 9 weeks, comes out swinging and rips a double into the right field corner.
Now Zimmerman, they try and come in right here, and Gonzalez, watch him, he's going to pull his hands in there, doesn't get in quite as much. Eyes right on the ball, watch him drive through with that backside, and this double down into the right field corner. Grandal on to third. Good job by Presley getting it in quickly to hold the runners at second and third, 1 out.
Yeah, the Dodgers trying to climb back with a 2-0 deficit, have 2 men in scoring position for Logan Forsythe. And a strike. 30-year-old, attended the University of Arkansas. Another former Padre. Gritty player. He plays hard, knows how to play.
This Dodger team made up of a lot of gritty players with a lot of talent, very athletic in certain spots.
And he loops one to right. That'll get 1 run in. Presley will get the ball in, and holding at third, Gonzalez hits 2-1. Not hit hard, but rewarded for the base hit the opposite way.
Again, jumping the first pitch. That's 2 hitters here tonight. This inning, 25 pitches for Zim. That's what he didn't do last game. Things started to go in the wrong direction, and he's got to find a way to get your composure and get out of this inning with any further damage. Get you a double play ball here.
Yeah, that'd be the answer, wouldn't it? In at third is Castellanos. Iglesias and Kinsler up the middle looking for 2. Number 9 hitter, center fielder Jock Peterson. Batting only .214, but he has power. 11 home runs. And he's a free swinger. Strikes out a lot. Last 3 years, 149, 170, 130 strikeouts.
Forsythe with a couple of steals, been caught 2 times as well.
Cody Bellinger at the top of the dugout as the Dodgers have runners at first and third, only 1 out. A run in.
Zim working the top of the zone, trying to get that double play. You want to get the ball down.
One and two.
Like that pitch there. Nice little wrinkle at the end. Peterson swings over top.
Leadoff hitter Taylor would be next. with all the success and all the buying power, if you will, of the Dodgers, it's an embarrassment of riches for the Dodgers. Might surprise you, they've not won a World Series since 1988.
Yeah, they've been in many playoff games since '88. Obviously, they're trying to win another World Series. You got to get there and then prevail. I feel like they've built this team this year aimed towards doing that. Time always tells. I remember back in 1987 where we came back from 3.5 back, swept the Blue Jays 4 games in a row to play the Twins, who we dominated the whole season, and they beat us.
High fly ball back of second base, and Iglesias is out there, and no chance for the runners to advance. That's a big out.
So, you know, the moral of that story is you got to get there and you got to keep rolling, and you never know when you might run into a hot team, a hot pitcher, a hot hitter. No guarantees in baseball. And in 1984, when we jumped way out there, Sparky instilled in us, we were scared to death that we weren't going to finish it out. He kept pushing us. Unfortunately, we were able to do that. He had us believing that unless we went all the way, it was not worth it. It was just kind of his mastery of the way that he sold it to us, kept us going. Because you get out front this far, you could let a foot off the gas. These guys have not done it.
Taylor hit it hard the first time, smashed it at Castellanos at third, who was able to knock it down and throw him out. Tying run there at third. Gonzalez at first, Forsythe. 19-game lead is all over Arizona and Colorado. Both teams with 13 above 500 and trail by 19. Line drive, base hit. That ties it as Gonzalez trots home. Forsythe running hard from first will hold now at third. It's 2-2 as Taylor delivers.
Taylor really gets after it here. He's got a quick bat, brings the barrel to the ball, and he really hustles around these bases. Forsythe thinking he's scoring as well. Jay Up made a nice play down in the corner. Get it up and get it in. Maybe a good time for a break right here for Jordan Zimmerman. You might want to go out and have a talk.
Goes back to the leadoff walk that triggered this 2-run rally, and they're not done yet. And here's Seager with a base hit to right. Quickly fielded by Presley. They're going to try to score from second. Could be a play. Not in time. Back to second. Safe. And the Dodgers, this is the best team in baseball, showing early why they are unbelievably good this year. 4 runs here in the second inning. 3 doubles for LA. Seager with a pair of runs batted in now has 61 on the season.
And these guys are really jumping Jordan Zimmerman early. They know he throws a lot of strikes. They're picking that pitch out. They are letting the line drives fly.
It all started with a walk to Grandal. And here's the tiebreaker, the 2-run double from Seager. And he now is in scoring position. A single and then to second base on the throw to the plate.
That's why Seager never even stopped. Sparky used to have it where we could not throw the ball home in that situation because he always wanted to make sure he held Seager, the hitter, at first base, because the percentages of throwing a guy out at home are very slim, less than 5% over time. And he felt like you had little chance of throwing him out. So let's keep the guy at first. Tigers tried there and it didn't work out, and now they have Seager in scoring position as well.
Turner's average up to 347. They hit the first time. This is a high can of corn to center. Matuk will tuck it away, and the inning comes to an end. But the Tigers see the Dodgers score 4 times on 4 hits, and we go to the bottom of the second. LA 4. The Tigers 2, and General Manager Al Avila will join us in the booth. We'll get the latest from the head man. of the Dodgers. Rich Hill down 2-0 and now back on the mound leading 4-2 as Executive Vice President in Baseball Operations and General Manager Al Avila joins us. And you have some Dodger ties as well. Your father was an executive with the Dodgers.
Yes, yes, he was. As a matter of fact, he's here at the game today. He just flew in for the weekend to spend some time here.
I know this is an interesting time for you and Tiger fans as we look ahead to the 1st of September and some of the young kids that you might call up from the minors.
Yes, you know, we're in a little bit of a rebuilding mode here and trying to acquire some young prospects, and so far I think we've got a few guys added in, and hopefully in September we'll bring up a few of them.
What has pleased you most about the youngsters on the current roster? That's McCann lifting it toward the shortstop, and Taylor puts it away for the first out.
Well, our greatest success this year has been Mikey Matuk. We got him in a trade this past winter, and he's really come on strong. He's playing great defense. He's hitting the ball. He brings a lot of energy to the ball team, and you know, he can run, he can field. He's been hitting with power. You know, he's a former first-round pick, and he's showing right now what his true potential is.
Alex Presley steps in, 1 out, 4-2 Dodgers. There's a young fella down at Lakeland. I understand it looks like he's got some potential. The last name is
Oh, stop it.
Cam Gibson.
What are the reports on Cam?
Well, actually, you know, I know we got Kirk right here next to me, and I can tell you, I've seen him, I scoured him, and he's got true talent. He can fly like the wind around the bases. He can get to the ball, you know, out there in the outfield very easily. He runs like a gazelle. He's got a swing just like his dad, a little choppy. It's a little choppy.
Compliment.
but actually, you know, he was hurt. He just came back from injury, but he's doing very well. He's a very athletic and a high energy guy.
Hey, now, I mean, we're talking about who might be coming up here, Al, but you've got guys throughout the whole organization. It's time to make decisions on there. I mean, you've got how many minor leaguers do you have to move them all up, or do you got to make decisions? Do you leave them there? How's the process go?
Yeah, what we'd like to do is guys that are close, we'd like to bring them up so they can get a little experience here. You know, this year it's going to be a little different. You know, if you're in a pennant race and you know you're going to be in the playoffs, it's hard to bring a young guy to get experience. We don't really like to do that, but in this case right now, where we've made some trades, we're a little bit in a transition mode. We'd like to bring some of those young guys up. You know, like a good example, like a Candelario we just got from the Cubs. Give him a little experience. He may not be 100% ready yet, but the experience here in some games will do him good for next year.
Now, I know a couple of your relievers or pitchers from Erie got moved up, so that's kind of the next. What's your philosophy on that? Is they have the ability to still come up this year, possibly, if they do well in Toledo?
Yeah, and we're in those discussions. We got Laborde, you know, the big left-handed reliever that throws very hard, and he's probably one of those guys that's not 100% ready, but we'd like to bring him up, give him a few innings, get the major league butterflies out of there, you know, and get him here. We get another kid, Brian Garcia was our first-round pick just a little over a year ago. He's kind of rushed right through the system from A-ball, AA, now AAA. I'm not sure if we'll bring him up, but Laborde would be probably a candidate that we could.
There's 6-4-3 after the Presley walk, and the Dodgers turn 2. That'll do it for the Tigers in the second. Thanks a lot, Al, and good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you. It's a
great
honor,
to see you.
Well, that was easy.
Yeah.
Oh, that was
too quick. course, Brad Ausmus from Dartmouth and Dave Roberts, Doc, from UCLA, the manager of the year last season. And with this incredible talent, who's going to, well, then Hinch there at Houston, he might get a lot of votes as well this year.
Yeah, I think Doc is probably the front runner, and he's done a great job as a pop-up to Miggy. He's calling it, and he's got it.
Boy, that ball didn't want to come down.
But Doc had a lot of, he had to change some of the culture when he came over here to the Dodgers, and talked about him at length today. You know, it's a tricky deal for any manager, especially a new manager. You got to get them to buy in. You have your philosophies, and sometimes there's some tough conversations that you have to have. But he's a great communicator. He always has been. Dick, you had him in San Diego.
Just a delightful person as well. I mean, he just it's easy to say what a good guy, but he was right there at the top of the list in that category.
But he likes to win too, so he knows that he has to make decisions, and he's a good communicator in having those conversations, getting everybody to understand why he's making certain decisions. And I know that he really takes great pride in his coaching staff and how make sure they're prepared to teach every day, and set a good example with their energy and preparation for their team.
He was a first base coach and a bench coach in his 5 years with the Padres, and then went to LA up the freeway, replaced Don Mattingly last year. Grandal 1-2 the count. He walked to lead off that 4-run second. Pulls it sharply and by Cabrera off his glove, and that'll give Grandal a chance to go for 2, and he'll make it easily. And there's just no resting spots in this lineup.
Yeah, they're hitting rockets on the line, not really popping them up, that's for sure. Jim's just going to have to keep mixing the pitches up. You see Grandal went down and got that. It looked like maybe he was trying to get in on it, didn't get it all the way in. Grandal with the double off of Miggy's glove. Just barely ticked the webbing.
Brings up Puig, who flied to center his first time. In there. Dodgers taking advantage of opportunities here early. They're 3 for 5 with runners in scoring position.
Well, one of the adjustments Puig has made is you're going to watch his hands when he sets up in his ready position. Watch his hands here, how you can see them. You don't want to. You don't want them to disappear too far or too long.
He was on that pitch, fouled it straight back.
One of his weaknesses, you know, remember he came up and was outstanding early on in his career, then has some struggles, and people figured him out. He was kind of burying those hands behind his back and got too rotational, meaning they had too far to travel. So the hands start here, they got to come all the way around here. So you don't ever want to bury them too much. You want to be more directional when you swing.
A ball and 2 strikes. Didn't go after that inside fastball.
And the book is throw him inside. That's what he's worked on most. And the other thing is working on his angle. If you get that front side leaks early, if it goes this way, your swing becomes long. If you could lead with your hands first, it's a much shorter path to the ball. You know, I had a conversation with, you see Sapo is warming up for Zimmerman right now. Had a conversation with their hitting coach Turner Ward, and this is, you know, I'm trying to highlight the points of what we talked about. It was a long process. He fixed three things over a couple of years.
Gets him.
Good pitch there, Zim.
That's the second strikeout for Zimmerman. Trevor Thompson's with us. What do you have for us, Trevor?
Well, Dick, Adrian Gonzalez is back in the Dodgers lineup after being on the 60-day DL since June the 12th with a herniated disc. Dave Roberts was talking about Gonzalez getting back in the lineup earlier today. He said he'll play him at first base and DH him throughout this series. After that, it's all about production. Whoever produces gets to play, and because Cody Bellinger was playing so well at first base and producing at just such a high level, puts a lot of pressure on Gonzalez in his first night back.
And he lifts one to right field. Backing up is Presley, shy of the track. And that'll be it for the Dodgers in the top of the third. Middle third, and 4-2 the score. The Dodgers up. And the community since 1849. And by Chrysler, make the most of your summer with a brand new vehicle at the Chrysler Summer Clearance Event. You know, the motor traffic is more than interesting tonight here in Detroit.
I was up in Birmingham today, and cars are pouring in, and everybody had their chairs and their grandstands set up, so the Dream Cruise is on. It's an outstanding event for the whole Detroit metropolitan area.
Are you a collector? Do you have an old car in the garage?
I do not anymore. Actually, I had one that unfortunately found a fire.
Never a good thing.
No.
Here's Kinsler leading off. He led off in the first and came around to score. Stole both second and third and walked home on Upton's double. Breaking ball just at the top of the zone. 2-0. That's lifted out of play. A souvenir for the fans behind the Dodger dugout.
Here's the 1-800 call Sam called the game in the first inning. Ian Kinsler gets on with the walk.
And he walks it. Oh no, that goes back to the first.
Yeah, steals second. Then on to third. And scored on a double by Justin Upton. That's this call Sam called the game here early in the game.
And the count runs to 3-1 for Kinsler.
Rich Hill knows he's been hot. Being very careful with Ian Kinsler.
Hit well to right field. That chases Puig back, and he's got enough room for the play. That'll bring up Mikey Matuk, who struck out his first at bat. You know, when I read the billboards and the various automobiles that support the Tiger broadcast here on Fox Sports Detroit, it reminds me of my youth here. I didn't have a lot of coin to go to Central Michigan, so I had to drop out, and a year, and I worked in Hamtramck at the Dodge plant and put front bumpers on 1955 Dodges. Now, you car collectors know that's probably the largest front bumper in the history of automobiles.
You had to hoist it. You're a partner.
Hell, I could hoist it, but I'm so unmechanical. When they put me down in the pit with the gun to put the nuts on the bolts to the chassis, it's the first time I ever heard a woman swear and use really bad words when I came out of the pit. Because I was slowing up. That assembly line didn't stop for all my mistakes.
Bought a car every minute. I built Chrysler New Yorkers, putting trim on the windshield and the back window, and had to pneumatically put one in with the screw gun. And that wasn't that bad. That was about one every 50-some seconds that came by. In a couple days, they put me in putting the wiring harnesses in. That was no fun. I got a little too slow. They yanked me off that, thankfully.
2-2 now to Matuk. Yeah, I found my level when I worked for Chrysler plant as a custodian one summer, and that actually led to my first broadcasting job.
How was that?
Well, I applied for the custodian at a little radio station in Mount Pleasant, Michigan, where Central Michigan is located, and I knew how to sweep and mop the floors. I had that experience at Chrysler. And the general manager said, I gave him my pitch, and he said, well, first of all, go into that little booth, and I'm going to turn on this tape recorder, and I want you to read a 5-minute news summary and a couple of commercials, see how you do. I'd never been in a radio station before, and I wound up getting the disc jockey job, $1 an hour. Matuk hits it well to left, but cruising over is Bellinger for the second out.
You know, it's kind of interesting to watch Bellinger. He's been playing a lot in the infield, and he's back in the outfield. Very comfortable out there. I was wondering if he'd have trouble adjusting. He's in a new ballpark. He's never played here before, but looks pretty polished.
At just 22, in fact, Doc Roberts, the manager, said that, you know, he's a wonderful combination. He's old school in terms of being a gritty player. He's grown up in a baseball family and has the right DNA, and yet he's so enormously talented. Great hands, obviously a terrific bat.
Tall.
Good instincts.
He's got some sock in that bat.
Upton doubled in a run and scored himself first time up.
Jeff let it fly there. Jeff likes the ball down in the zone as well, especially the curveball. Just crushes it. 333 against left-handers on the year.
That's hit well to left field, deep, and to the wall, and it's over the wall. Upton will touch them all. Yeah, hold on here. Sending him back to first base, and now he's going to make the grand tour.
Now we got to make sure that he went back and touched second base properly, and nobody touched him.
And now officially, or if all of this lands properly for the Tigers, it's 4-3.
Off his glove. Look, he barely got it off the little finger. J-Up somehow thought he missed first base. You can see Bellinger didn't quite get back. The J-Up goes around first. Does he touch it?
Yeah, he touched it. You could see the bag move, but he wasn't sure. Well, quite a night for Upton here. 2 at bats, an RBI double, and a home run. His 24th home run of the season.
It looked like he touched it with the side of his foot, but there's something in his mind. He started running around there. He was saying, "You better go back," because I believe he was all the way around second base, and he said, "Yeah, and he touches the base. You got to touch the base. You can't run across the infield." Put some music on that, would you?
When's the last time you saw that?
I don't think I've ever seen that. I mean, he just was running around that base saying, "I know I touched it, but do they know I touched it?" It was a good, smart play. do the sure thing, touch the base and go back and jog back around.
No question, he's been the Tigers' star this year.
Interesting, he's got an option too. He can opt out of his contract.
Cabrera will flip that one foul. He doubled in a run his first time.
Yeah, let's stay up when he turns around. Watch him wake the finger.
Let's see. I think that was a green light. No, red light. Okay, I'm going to go right back. Don't lose interest. I'll be back around.
Stay up.
And Cabrera chases. Got a little piece. Alive at 1 and 2.
Jokes are funny.
So it's 4-3 Dodgers. Another foul.
Mickey really staying on this pitch.
It's time for the Bernstein advantage. Miguel Cabrera has the Bernstein advantage.
326 against the National League West career. He likes him.
And he gets him swinging. But Justin Upton, let's see, ran 6 bases for a home run. He did touch them all. Just off the glove of Bellinger, and the Tigers draw within 1.
Break brought to you by Chrysler. Amid all the hooey being spewed during Pick the Stick on Tigers Live pregame show, my friend picked Justin Upton, and it was a home run that he had to make sure counted as a home run. Have you ever seen that before?
No.
Did that ever happen to you?
Never seen a guy go to second base and then go back to first base on any particular play. But we talked about Justin Upton at the beginning of the show today, and we thought he'd do something special.
Back up we go to Dick and Gibby upstairs, guys.
Yeah, thank you, gentlemen. Justin Upton, the new era Jimmy Pearsall.
Well, he's hot. He's been hot for a while.
Logan Forsythe leads it off for the Dodgers here, top of the 4th. Singled in a run and scored in the 4-run second inning for LA. He's the 8-hitter, then Peterson, and then top of the order Chris Taylor here against Zimmerman. If you're just joining us, the Tigers struck for 2 in the first inning against Hill. RBI doubles by Upton and Cabrera. Dodgers came back with 4 in the second. And then Upton with his home run just over the left field fence to make it 4-3 in the last of the third. Nice crowd here on a Friday night, University of Michigan night. Of course, a lot of talk around the nation as the college football season approaches.
Was it this week? Going up fast.
A lot of Jim Harbaugh fans, boys.
That's a good pitch right there. That's a good 2-strike pitch. 3-2. Got the ball down. It's got the wrinkle down. Tigers have hung too many pitches as of late in up counts and then the full counts. That's where you want the ball. Get it down there in the ground. Get a ground ball. Give your defense a chance to pick it up and make the out.
And he loses him. He walks the leadoff man again. That's the second. And we remind you the Tigers will host the Dodgers again tomorrow, 4:05 p.m. Former Tiger star Alan Trammell will participate in the pregame Q&A session. That'll be at 2:45 in the Big Cat Court as part of Alumni Saturdays. Visit Tigers.com or call 866-66-TIGER.
Tram and Lou right there. Nice video. Remember that very well. 20 years together here at this Tigers team. Been done nowhere else in baseball history, I believe, ever, has it?
I think that's have a double play combination together for 20 consecutive years. He's got to get. He still has a chance with the Veterans Committee to get into the Hall of Fame in Cooperstown. That's got to be done. He deserves to be there.
I think he will eventually. He's getting momentum. The more, you know, Tram and I go a lot of places together in baseball, and I just hear people lending more support.
Drive to right center, a long run for Mato. Can he get there? No, it's up against the boards. Running all the way is Forsythe from first. He's around third, and he'll score on a double by Peterson. Now the Tigers get one back on the Upton home run, and it takes the Dodgers only 2 batters to erase that run as the walk to Forsythe pays off. Peterson with his 33rd RBI of the year.
Yeah, second pitch, he just walked a guy, and this ball's up at the top of the zone, and Peterson just pounds it. Mikey can't catch it. Forsythe rounds the pillow as well, scores easily, and Peterson stops the second with a no-out double and an RBI.
Top of the order, Chris Taylor. He doubled in a run his last time. Hits that one well to right center. Same spot. Matuk can't get this one either. Almost an identical drive. Around third, belatedly, Peterson. They're going to wave him home. And the Dodgers add to their lead. It's 6-3. I mean, those 2 drives couldn't have been more than 5 feet apart.
Yeah, one was a fastball up in the zone. This one was a first pitch break ball. Look how we'll show this to you from behind. Mikey took a little bit of a banana root here, and it cost him. Go ahead, and Lincoln, run it. That's a long way out there. He's probably a little winded right now. Got it in as quickly as he can. We could not stop the run from scoring. That's a long, big area right out there. You have to take the perfect route to make the perfect catch on those types of balls that hit so hard. But Chris Taylor sat on that breaking pitch, that inning right there.
So Taylor with a pair of doubles, a couple of RBIs, the leadoff man.
Let's take a look. Chris Taylor right here. This ball is a breaking ball. It's usually pitchers like to throw it for a strike. And he just sits on it. And it breaks right down the heart of the plate, and he does not try and pull. That's good discipline. He's been doing that all year.
Pitching coach Rich Doobie out to talk with Zimmerman as Corey Seager steps in, popped up and lined a 2-run single. Softfold up again. Well, the understandable concentration of Tiger fans to follow the American League, and with a 3-hour delay, West Coast games, you don't often even get the box scores in the morning and afternoon newspapers from the West. Now you're seeing what they're all talking about, this amazing run by the Dodgers.
Yeah, they've been an offensive machine. Dodgers have always had good pitching, and it's a great pitching park as Dodger Stadium cools down and the ball does not carry.
They have the best ERA in the majors, 3.11, and Clayton Kershaw plans to come back September 1st. We talked to him before the game tonight. Said he could be used as a relief pitcher now. His arm and back feel good, but he's got to build up his stamina, endurance to be a starter, and the word is he'll be ready to go in a couple weeks.
Yeah, when he got hurt, he was 15-2 with a 2.04 ERA. So
is that any good?
That's a good chip to have in your pocket. He's thrown a lot of innings. They've been in the playoffs quite a bit, and he likes to go deep into the games.
Seager checks his swing, goes around.
Now you can just see those pitches right there, the slider that zimmed through down and in, and those pitches he's getting bad looking swings, and the pitches that are up, they're taking good swings at him. So got to get that ball down, moving in and off the plate.
In there, strike 3. Third strikeout for Zimmerman. And that'll bring up Justin Turner.
Throws him. He's looking for the breaking ball right here. Right at the bottom of the zone. Very good pitch.
Turner, the National League leading hitter, is 1 for 2 tonight, a single. Taylor, scoring position, 1 out. For most of his career, Turner was just a good guy to have on your roster. Not necessarily a big time starter, and then he improved, and about 4 years ago he started to build the reputation as a dreaded hitter, and now he's battling for a hitting title. Lifts that one shallow to right, well, medium deep, and Presley makes the catch. Tagging and advancing to third is Peterson. 2 away. That'll bring up Bellinger.
He also transformed his swing, started to go with the leg kick. Got comfortable with that. Now he's got his timing down. He knows where he wants his hands to start. Doesn't really matter where you start. It's where you establish your ready position to travel to that ball. You got to have your timing. Foot goes down. You don't want to drift towards the ball. You want to move towards the ball. Look at all the good hitters. Their eyes do not move very far when they go to into their, say, their backswing and then their swing.
Inside, and the head so steady.
Pretty severe shift there on Bellinger.
Struck out and popped up so far. The first player that I can recall using the exaggerated front leg kick was the Hall of Famer, New York Giants, Mel Ott. And some of you longtime fans of the Tigers broadcast will remember Mel Ott for a couple years was the color man for Van Patrick for the Tigers.
Van Patrick, that is a name from the past. You had to live here to know Van Patrick.
Both the Lions and the Tigers, the voice of the 2 big Detroit teams.
Now we're going to show you. Watch this. Watch his bat angle. He sets up. His bat will be this way, but when he gets ready, it'll be upright. Watch him change it.
What a cut.
See, so it doesn't matter how you start. It's like I know many believe that you want it more upright. See, his flat now upright, and then he just powers that ball. If you leave it flat, many believe that it makes you too rotational this way. You don't want that.
It misses inside. Full count now to Bellinger. Peterson at third, 2 outs here in the Dodger 4th. 2 more runs home for Dave Roberts' team. 6-3 the score. He checks a swing and goes around, strike 3. Plate umpire Todd Titchener punches him out. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. The Tigers need 3 to tie. Aboard for the game tonight.
Look at that career at Michigan, 2000 to 2002.
7-16 in college.
A lot of walks and a lot of strikeouts.
And here he is as a top major league hurler, looking for his 9th win of the year, only 4 defeats. He'll face Castellanos, then Martinez and McCann here in the Tiger 4th. Nick fly to right his first time. You're right-handed in most everything you do, right, Kirk?
Kind of ambidextrous, but more right-handed.
So you ever, as you grew up, were you locked into hitting left, or did you think about switch hitting?
No, I was pretty much lefty all the way. Left-handed swing, racquetball, right-handed. Bowl left-handed, right. Used to do some left-handed, but now all right-handed.
So you can autograph 2 different scorecards at the same time, one right, one left, huh?
Yeah, not anymore. My left hand doesn't operate very good anymore. So, but yeah, I know what you mean. Let's see what else. How about you?
No, right-handed all the way. I tried to hit left-handed because I wanted to be like my idol Ted Williams, but it didn't work out too well.
Pretty good story behind the Ted Williams you told me today.
Outside, 3-1.
When you were a young kid, you used to try and run into him, didn't you?
Well, I'd hitchhike in when I was in high school.
From Armada.
From Armada, and get down to the Book Cadillac Hotel downtown and stand in that little parkway, the boulevard, lifted to center, easing back is Peterson, still going back, and finally at the edge of the track makes the catch. And we knew where the ball players stayed, the visiting players at the Book Cadillac. So when Boston was in town and my idol was Ted Williams, I would just hope that maybe he might come out and I'd actually see him. And one day with Steve O'Neill, the manager, here he comes. He had those wingtip shoes. That was the giveaway. The ball player's well dressed. Of course, he never wore a tie, but very sharp dresser. And the 2 of them walked all the way up Michigan Avenue, Michigan and Trumbull, and I followed behind him.
Autograph?
Oh, didn't dare ask for an autograph or a handshake. I was just so excited to be shadowing Ted Williams. I couldn't wait to get home and say, yeah, he was only about 25 feet ahead. He walked faster, I walked faster. He stopped to look in the store, I stopped and looked at the store behind.
So he never realized you were looking, or he did?
No way, but oh, how thrilled I was. I didn't need to go to the game. I mean, my day was complete. I was that close to Ted Williams.
Was that the year he hit 400?
No, I'm not that old. I wish I could have seen him then. I tell you what, though, folks, you wanted, when Boston was in town, you wanted to be there when the gates opened to see the Red Sox take batting practice, to see Ted Williams take batting practice. He would tear Briggs Stadium apart in batting practice. Never a bad swing. I mean, it was like watching a world's greatest cellist rehearse. Never a sour note. In fact, a story was told to me, I'm writing this book, that in Boston, one of the young sons of a player, the Red Sox players, would shag balls for Williams when he took extra batting practice in the mornings. Swing and a miss, and that'll do it for Martinez, 2 away. And he hit the ball for 25 minutes and then told the kid, get a coin, and he placed the coin over the sweet spot of his bat, and there wasn't another mark on his bat.
Yeah, he had pretty good bat control, absolutely.
Third strikeout for Hill. 2 gone. James McCann popped to short his first time up. He's hit safely 21 of the last 24 games on a good tear.
Here is Chevrolet's most dependable player. Highest batting average versus lefty since the All-Star break. There's James McCann hitting at .452 clip.
And that's going to drop into left field for a base hit. 22 of 25 games with a base hit. That's the 4th in the game off Hill, and brings up Alex Presley. 6-game hitting streak now for McCann.
Tigers have been chipping away themselves. The Dodgers, many doubles though. They've how many doubles they got? 5 or so.
1.
Tigers do have a home run by Jay Up. Tigers have two doubles and a homer.
And 5 doubles for the Dodgers.
And a couple of walks that scored.
Lead off walks 3 times in the game. The leadoff man has walked, and all 3 times he came around to score. I think on the average, if you walk the leadoff man 30% of the time, he'll score. Seems like more.
They say that about the 2-out walk too, though. 2-out walks that's disaster as well.
Yeah, as a manager, you never figured out how to defend the walk, did you?
Nobody ever has. Maybe move somebody in there, doesn't walk them if it happens too frequent.
(3-0) and a 4-pitch walk from Rich Hill. So that brings a tying run to the plate.
He's, for some reason, he's having trouble throwing to the lefty. The second time he's walked Presley.
There's the pitching coach, the veteran lefty himself, Rick Honeycutt.
I tell you, he's done a tremendous job. He's been there many years. Seems like he always has his staff ready to compete.
So 2 on, 2-out single by McCann, a walk to Presley. Jose Iglesias wrapped into a double play his first time. Ground ball toward the hole, deep is Seager. Look at that play. Gets the force at second. Seager can not only swing the bat, but boy, can he cover ground on that. Oh, check that. It's Taylor at shortstop who makes the play. Seager is the DH tonight. Not a bad play when you compare that to a Seager. Look at this slide, beautiful hands, and a perfect throw.
America Bank game summary. Tigers jumped out to a 2-0 lead. Dodgers 4 runs on 4 hits and a walk in the second. Then Jay up in the third with the solo shot. The Dodgers come back and get 2 more on 2 hits. They now lead the game 6-3.
And Yasmani Grandal will lead it off for LA. Punches that foul. 6 runs, 8 hits for the Dodgers, 3 runs, 4 hits for the Tigers. First of a 3-game series. The Dodgers, the winningest team in baseball, looking for their 51st win in 60 games. I'm going to repeat that. They're 52-8 if they win tonight in the last 60.
Pretty hot, isn't it?
Historically so. Push button, not kidding, Dave Roberts. They got so much talent. You're just a push button manager.
Yeah. was everybody wishes it was that easy? Doc, he told me they just come out and try and win every game. They're trying to win this game tonight, and they'll move on to the next game, win or lose.
Popped up. Center of the diamond. Kinsler takes care of it. 1 away. Well, Trevor, who you got down there?
Well, it's University of Michigan night, Dick, and Dylan Larkin is beside me. Zach Werenski beside him. You guys taking in the game tonight. How much fun is this for you guys, Dylan?
Yeah, it's cool. You know, obviously a little stressful before the game, throwing out the first pitch, but it's good, you know, here hanging out with my buddies and enjoying a beautiful night at the ballpark.
You didn't bounce it. That's the good thing.
Yeah, I know. I was in the dugout before and joking around. The guys were teasing me, just don't bounce it, and you know, it was good. A little high, but got it across the plate.
So it's University of Michigan night. Where's the maize and blue, guys? What's up?
Yeah, I got a little Scott Matska, you know, as a fellow Michigan hockey player who's battling ALS and you know, wearing this to support him. But this guy's wearing the Larkin jersey tonight, so I let him borrow it for the night.
Zach Werenski with the Larkin jersey on. How's that going over in your household, Zach?
Good, really good. I texted him this morning. I said I need that Larkin jersey, and he said once you get to the game you can have it. So I took it from him.
Nice work. I guess Gibby has a question for you. Gibby, what's that?
Now, Zach I used to see Zach run around the neighborhood down there in Grosse Pointe when he was a little buck, and now he's in the bigs.
Gibby was talking about you running around his neighborhood in Grosse Pointe. Now you're a big league hockey player, and what's that like for you?
Yeah, I was running around his neighborhood actually. I live pretty close to him, so it's pretty cool. But yeah, obviously it's nice to get out here and see Dylan throw out the first pitch, and obviously we've worked hard for it. But it's pretty cool to be in the same neighborhood as Gibby.
If you can associate yourself with Gibby in any way, it automatically ups your cool points for sure. No doubt about it. Hey guys, enjoy yourselves, and thanks a lot for joining us here tonight as the Tigers take on the Dodgers. Have a lot of fun, you guys.
Good to see you.
All right, you too, Dylan. You too, Zach. Thanks a lot, guys. All right, Dick.
Yeah, thank you, Trevor. Boy, it's going to be an exciting season, isn't it, with a new rink, hockey arena here in Detroit. Yeah,
Tell you, some good hockey players there, Dick.
And not a bad name for the University of Michigan in baseball, Larkin. Mr. Barry Larkin in the Hall of Fame.
Yep.
Grandal popped up to second. Puig, a high pop up to third baseman Castellanos. 2 out here in the 5th inning. Adrian Gonzalez, a double and a fly ball to right. 2 strikes as Zimmerman ahead early and gets him on 3 pitches. Well, for the first time tonight, Jordan Zimmerman retires the Dodgers in order. 1, 2, 3. We're at the halfway mark in this one. It's 6-3. Los Angeles. You're watching Tigers baseball on Fox Sports Detroit, presented by Bell Tire.
money in counter. Lowest opponents average against since 2015, Rich Hill at 197. Behind his teammate right there, Clayton Kershaw. And Max Scherzer, that's pretty good company right there. And he doesn't have Scherzer type stuff or Kershaw type stuff, but he knows how to throw that baseball. He knows how to keep those hitters off balance and spins it well.
Clayton Kershaw has been arguably the best pitcher in baseball the last half dozen years, and he'll be back with the Dodgers in action September 1 if all goes well.
Kershaw works very, very hard, very dedicated person, athlete. You know, him and his wife have a great foundation. They give back.
Thank you for bringing that up. I mean, that's the measure of man, to give back, and a lot of athletes don't learn that very quickly. Kershaw does, and he and his wife in an African school have supported that. Oh, and now, you know, tomorrow the Lions are playing right in town, and his little league battery mate, he was the pitcher, and Matt Stafford was his catcher in Dallas.
That's right. Sure, they're probably getting together.
He said he's going to the game. Slice down the right field line. That could be trouble. Will it fall fair? No. Puig is there. Ran it down. Kinsler out. Second time to right field. If Detroit combines for 3 or more home runs in this game, they've got 1, bring in a copy of the box score to a participating Arby's location tomorrow and get a free small order of curly fries. You can find a copy of the box score in your newspaper or on the Tigers page at foxsportsdetroit.com.
And if you want an Arby's Jr. instead, you tell them that I said to try and switch that out. I always say that.
Yeah, you get. I'm sure they love for you to do that.
Yeah, the junior Arby's.
Matuk has struck out and flied to left. One and one. Ground ball up the middle, and that'll squirt through for a base hit. 1-out single for Matuk. And he's going for 2, and he's in there. A hustle double. Now that'll win you fan favor. Who doesn't love a hustling ball player?
Yeah, that's bringing it right there. That's running hard out of the box, giving yourself an opportunity. Reading the way the ball is picked up. Watch, he goes out of the box all the way. He's reading the old stop and go.
Little rope-a-dope. Another double in this game, the third by the Tigers. And that'll bring up Justin Upton. Already a terrific game for the power hitting left fielder. A RBI double and his 24th home run.
You know, these guys scout a lot of the outfielders. As an outfielder, you have to get to that ball regardless and get it in. You know, just because you see the runner taking his time or doesn't look like he's going to go, well, all of a sudden he goes and you try and rush and pick that throw up. Very hard to make an accurate throw. Mikey took advantage right there. Good chance, and Tigers need to get him in right here, but Jay up. Here's the big boy, big play of the game. It happened back in the third inning. Jay up. Solo shot. Just out of the reach of Cody Bellinger. Oh, let me go back and make sure I touch first base too, by the way.
If you weren't with us, the replay showed that he did touch first base barely, but he wasn't sure, so he was all the way around second. Said, hold on here, I'm going to make certain that's a home run. Went all the way back, retouched, and scored.
It was grinding on him.
Ripped off the glove with a shortstop Taylor, and that's an infield hit for Upton. I would think.
Oh yeah.
Overpowered the shortstop with that drive. 3 for 3 for Upton. He's a triple shy of the
cycle.
Yeah.
That ball had some top spin and knuckle on it. This fools him. Look at him. That's a knuckler. The ball doing amazing things right there.
Strength of Upton. He flattens it off contact. So first and third, Tigers trail 6-3, and the tying run comes to the plate in the form of Miggy Cabrera. He has an RBI double tonight. '34-year-old Cabrera, lifetime 300 hitter, 321 in his career. Just shocking to see 255, now 256 as his batting average this year. Injuries and maybe old Father Time catching up. It gets them all.
I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't throw over 1 or 2 more times. Remember when Kinsler stole, he went after 1 throw over. So you want to make sure that he throws over a couple times. If he did it 2 more times, I would go after 2 more.
Out of play. That's the 80th toss tonight from Rich Hill.
Let's look at this on J Up now. Look at, is he peeking at Matuk? Look at Mikey right over here at second base. He's right here. Looks like he would have been in trouble on this line drive. And Taylor, it looks like he peeks just a little bit. He's trying to think about getting that throw to second and doubling it off, and it cost him. So the Tigers got a break. Let's get him in and get the lead tied up first.
Got him off speed. Cabrera out in front. Second time he's struck out tonight. So 2 away, and it's up to Castellanos.
Yeah, Rich Hill right here. This is sneaky. The better right here. Look at. He takes a lot off of this. He's throwing the curveball at all speeds. He drops down Laredo. Miggy just out front. Starts it off the plate. Backdoors it.
Castellanos has flied out twice.
Nick is due. First pitch curve by Hill, 10 of 22. Will he do it to Nick?
Were you a guess hitter, Kirk?
I wouldn't call it a guess. I had a game plan. So if you're looking at Hill, if he's going to throw another one, so if this ball starts right here, you know it's going to break here, right?
Mm-hmm.
If it starts right here, it's probably going to break out the plate. So I'm looking for that ball right now. If I'm sitting breaking ball, it's going to start away. You fooled me.
Well, he threw a fastball first, but
that's fine. It's ball 1. What's the difference whether you take a breaking ball or a fastball?
So what are you looking for here? Another fastball?
Well, I would still stay in the curveball. When you get 2 strikes, you just got to knuckle down, but it's got to start out here.
And he did throw him another fastball.
Whoops, I got to clean that up. It's not a big deal. Two strikes, no balls. You're a good hitter. Now, what I go full emergency here. I declare emergency. Find a way. He's going to come with that slow curveball at some point here.
Ooh, wait from outside in, way outside as he went sidearm with that curve. So the delivery was effective, not the pitch location, and strikes out Cabrera and Castellanos. Bernstein Law Firm, official legal services sponsor of Fox Sports Detroit. Bell Tire, for tires and auto service. Everybody needs a Bell Tire guy. And by Chevrolet. Go for thrilling drives and deals at the Chevy Summer Drive. Chevrolet. Find new roads. Now we advance to the top of the 6th inning. The Dodgers with a 6-3 lead here in Detroit. Jordan Zimmerman has settled down here. 1-2-3 inning in the last, but here's a drive to right field past Presley, and Logan Forsythe on his way for yet another Dodger double. Bartender, another double.
Yeah, this wasn't a very good route here. I don't know if he didn't see it or something, but it looked like it fooled him. And Forsythe again with the first pitch swing. I thought this ball wasn't going to go this far, and looked like Presley did not get a good read on this route. But Mikey got it in quickly, holds him, and leadoff double.
The 6th by the Dodger hitters tonight, and that'll bring up the number 9 hitter Jock Peterson. He has a double in 2 trips. Forsythe, good night going. 3 times up, 3 times aboard. An RBI single, a walk-in scored, and a double.
See the shift. There's a big left center here, and Nick's by himself over here at third base. So just look here. If Iggy has to go over here, who's going to go over here and cover second? So all kind of different things can happen in this configuration.
Do you like the shift?
I do. It makes sense. The data supports it. If you're reading the data well and you're properly placing your players, it's been proven that the average of the hitter is going to be way less. 20-30 points.
In your prime, did you see the shift?
We never saw the shift. I mean, you know, you couldn't shift in the upper deck of Tiger Stadium, right?
I pop up shallow and right. In comes Presley, tagging, but Forsythe's not going to go on that fly ball, and there's one away. Well, download the free MLB Ballpark app and get access to exclusive Tigers ticket deals for Tuesday, Friday, and Sunday games. Download the free MLB.com Ballpark app via Google Play or App Store on your smartphone, or visit Tigers.com/ballpark app.
So what do you throw Chris Taylor? Last time you threw him a get me over slider, and he hit a bullet for a double.
Pair of doubles for Taylor, and he ripped one to third his first time up, but Castellanos was able to cradle it and throw him out.
Yeah, if you throw the slider, it's going to have to be a chase slider, down and away, breaking off the plate. See Turner, and there's a tablet right there that you're looking at, talking about what's going down, coming up with a game plan. There, that was the chase pitch right there. There's real-time data being relayed to that pad in there. Tigers have one in there. Theirs as well. Their dugout. So all different counts, different situations. Looks like Forsythe's looking in there at those signs pretty heavy.
1-1 now to Taylor. Started at 303, 2 for 3 tonight to raise his average up 4 more points.
So if you're looking from second base, what are you looking for? You're looking to see if you can see the sign sequence or the glove, hand in the glove.
Low and away. All 3 pitches in the same spot. First base umpire Hamari waves it off.
So what would this guy do at second base right now? He may step with his right foot. That could tell you it's a ball that's going to be inside. He could step with his left foot first. He could have his hands on his belt. He could have them on his knees. There's different ways of relaying signs. Good pitch, good slide piece right there.
2-2.
Doesn't look to me like anything is being relayed right now. Daniel Stump warming up in the bullpen.
One out here in the top of the 6th inning. The Dodgers trying to add to their 6-3 lead. Another base hit for Taylor, his 3rd of the night. Here comes Forsythe. Upton will get the ball in, and there goes Taylor to second and takes advantage. Well, that's alert base running by Taylor. Single moves up to second base on the throw. So 2nd and 3rd with 1 out for Corey Seager.
Taylor very, very aggressive. The jam came in. Didn't think he had a shot at cutting down the lead runner. Forsythe. It's going to be it for Brad. Taylor read the throw into 3rd into the infield and took second base. Now they have 2nd, 3rd, and that's going to be it for Zim.
10th hit for the Tigers at Derek's. Jordan Zimmerman. Time to go to the bullpen for a wall side windows pitching change. Stump in and Zimmerman out.
Chris Taylor, you're going to see Forsythe's going to come around here. He's going to get stopped by his 3rd base umpire. And watch up here at the top of your screen. Good job of reading. He's reading where the throw comes into the cutoff man. On to second goes Taylor. Well done. Dodgers are relentless. They really run the pillows. They put the pressure on the D and take advantage of anything that is given to them.
And with 1 out, a chance to add to their 6-3 advantage. Stump in his 34th appearance.
Now the Tigers, interestingly, they brought in Stump, the lefty and lefty.
Center field. Matuk, that's deep enough to score Forsythe. Throw comes into 3rd. Forsythe scores. It's 7-3. Sac fly for Seager and his 3rd RBI tonight.
Just getting back to that, Seager hits 348 versus lefties, 291 versus righties. So I mean, conventionally you would always bring in lefty on lefty, and Brad went with that. He actually got his out. But there are more and more managers now going against kind of the old school thought, lefty on lefty. Watched the game the other day in the Mets where Terry Collins did the same thing. But some go with the numbers, and Just different way to look at things.
Saw Forsythe in the Dodger dugout. He's been up 3 times and scored 3 times. Single, double, and a walk, and came home in all 3 appearances. That run charged to Zimmerman. They've walked Justin Turner intentionally.
Going for Bellinger.
And here's Cody Bellinger, the home run hitting rookie of the Dodgers. He has 34, but he struck out twice tonight and popped up. Strike 1. I mean, to show you how rapidly Bellinger has become a major league headliner. He wasn't on the 40-man roster at the start of the season. You have to go on the back of the Dodger media guide to find him. And what a find he is.
Just watching Chris Taylor, he's very active. He's got 3 hits as well. It looks like he's looking right in there. You got to watch. Catchers generally watch. They do the same thing every time.
Is it more location than pitch choice that they're trying to pick up?
Well, it could be either. I mean, ideally, you know the pitch. I would say if I was a hitter. Many guys don't like to know. Tram never did. He's a better hitter. Didn't need it. I did.
Pickoff move. He just steps off. Kinsler trying to keep Taylor honest.
Looked like some type of play was on.
Two outs, 2 on. Another run home for the Dodgers. There goes the runner to third, and as you said, Taylor active, and he steals third easily.
No, he's just kind of standing out there close to the bag. He's timed Daniel up. You see he's got the running start right there. James McCann smartly puts his in his pocket.
Taylor's 14th steal of the season. He leads the team. First and third. 2 out. Way outside. 3-1. Yasmani Grandal on deck. Turn it around, hit right-handed against Stumpf. And 2. Boy, he does have a nice swing, though, doesn't he?
Well, he really let this go. Ball is high and out of the zone. You're talking about how he cocks that bat. He's not going for a single. That's why he's going for the rookie home run record. Was it Mark McGwire had, I'm going to say 49.
Turner will be going 3-2 with 2 outs. And inside, the bases are loaded. So the intentional walk to Turner. Bellinger also given a free pass, and the base is full for Yasmani Grandal.
Just a reminder, as you enjoy a cold one, to look forward to Miller time later in tonight's game, brought to you by Miller Lite.
Jordan Zimmerman, interested spectator here. He's still responsible for the man at third.
Yeah, you know, when I watched him throw, I think he's getting healthy over last year. It's hard to come back from an injury like that. He went through a lot of changes. There you see your runners. Forsythe, Taylor, and Turner.
That's a strike.
That was Bellinger, Turner, and Taylor.
Grandal walked and scored in the second, doubled in the third, and popped up the last time, hitting from the left side. Broken bat, one hopper to short. Iglesias, the long throw across in time for the out. And that'll do it for LA. They score another run, however, on just 2 hits. It's 7-3.
Let's take a look at our Bell Tire pitch by pitch. Rich Hill now out of the game, but threw out a beauty for the Dodgers. Lots of big breaking balls, changes arm angles all the time, mixes in the high heater when you're looking for the curveball. Then he broke the real slow breaking ball on Miggy, and Nick Castellanos got out of the last inning. 5 innings for Hill, 6 hits, 3 runs, 3 walks, and 5 strikeouts to give up the home run to Jay Up. And Josh Fields is the new pitcher. We got a wall side windows pitching change. This is his 44th game. He's got 9 holds. Look at that whip. Doesn't walk anybody. 46 Ks.
Another one of the bearded Dodgers. I guess they don't distribute the razors to the bullpen guys.
Well, they do things as a team. You can see that. Josh Fields, about 95, 97 mile an hour fastball. Has a curveball and occasional change.
He's going to celebrate his 32nd birthday tomorrow, Fields. It'll be Martinez, McCann, and Presley for Detroit here in the bottom of the 6th inning, trailing now by 4. Martinez has lined out and struck out tonight. That ball hit deep down the right field line. If it's fair, it's gone. Touch 'em all. Number 10 for Victor Martinez. And it's 7-4.
Well, Victor lays off the breaking ball on the first pitch. 94 mile an hour fastball down in the zone, and Victor puts a hammer on it. Victor has 5 hits in his last 4 games and adds another tonight.
Only the 2nd home run allowed by Fields this season. Leadoff homer from Martinez. Here's McCann. Single and a pop-up tonight. So the 2nd home run for the Tigers. Upton with the other. Rich Hill goes 5 innings, 3 earned runs, 6 hits, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts. Dave Roberts will go to the bullpen early. He has tremendous confidence in all of the men out there, and he'll interchange them other than Kenley Jansen, the all-star closer.
Kenley's the one given. He's going to be at 9. Everybody else is instructed to be ready to pitch. Felt like there was some resistance to that earlier in his tenure with the Dodgers, but it's been a good buy-in by the bullpen and by the rest of the team on many issues, and they're ready to go because you have these matchups that are provided to you by the data people, the metrics. It'll show you, say, Victor Martinez is the best at bat he could have would be against Josh Fields. Let's just say it says that. What if you're down by 3 runs in the 6th inning and Victor's not playing?
Chopped up the middle by McCann. A tough play for the second baseman Forsythe, and he just does nail McCann with the throw.
So if he's not playing, do you wait to the 8th or 9th inning, or do you use your best matchup now? And that's what Doc Roberts has done more and more of. McCann tries to get a ground ball hit up the middle, but they're playing him there and can't leg this one out.
Is a former Razorback Forsythe gets it there in time. Brings up Alex Presley. He's walked both at bats against starter Rich Hill. .97 on the fastball. Played his college ball with the Bulldogs of Georgia. Trickles foul.
Now Fields had tossed relief in 11 of his last 13 games since the All-Star break. Scoreless relief, going 1-0 with a 1.38 ERA. So Victor has welcomed him with something he's not used to as of late. Open the floodgates.
He was the #1 pick of the Seattle Mariners back in 2008. Two strikes on Presley, 1 out. A run home on Martinez home run. He's in double figures in the home run column now.
The Tigers made a move. Jacoby Jones is up from Toledo tonight. They put Anibal Sanchez on the disabled list. He had the tight hamstring. So Jacoby's up. We'll see if he gets some playing time. I know he's been working hard to improve his game. Here's the guy that the Tigers thought may be the center fielder this whole year, but had an injury and struggled a bit. So he's been putting a lot of time in down at Toledo and back for a second chance.
Promise written all over his resume, but you got to come up here and do it.
Yeah, he's got a very good outfielder. Goes and gets them. Runs very well. Can steal bases. Just got to get a little more consistent on the breaking ball. Struggles with that. Got to learn how to adjust to the speeds that they change up here in the big leagues. Got to stop chasing when they throw him out of the zone. I know it, initially you're going to do that, but you got to learn. Got to tighten that up. You got to minimize your swings at balls. Then bring up your batted balls and play average, and you're ready for the bigs.
Check swing over the glove of the pitcher. The pickup and throw not in time. Presley much too quick. That'll be an infield hit.
That's a knock.
Fields deflecting it and slowing it down. That helped Presley with the infield hit.
Kind of a check swing right here, and Fields tries to go up and get it. If you can tell your pitchers not to do that. You got infielders back there. But the natural reaction is to reach up there with your glove or your bare hand. You've seen that many times, haven't you, Dick? Reach up there with the bare hand. That's never a good idea.
So number 9 hitter, shortstop Iglesias, grounded into a double play and a force out his last time. And he chops one. Turner to second for 1. That's all they'll get. Forsythe had to stretch to make the contact with the bag and receive the throw. So Iglesias safe at first on the fielder's choice. Then top of the order, Ian Kinsler.
Yeah, there's a bad at bat there for Iggy. His last at bat, he swung at the first pitch to shortstop. Did it again here, and now you get frustrated right there. Looking for something you can drive up the gaps. Again, if you think about all the balls that have been hit hard here, there's a lot of them had the middle of the plate. Those are the pitches you're looking for, not something that's too high, not something that's too low. The one that you like to hit in batting practice, or if I put a tee up in front of you, where would you put it? It takes discipline to do that. And you know, I was told that I had to learn to do that as a player. It may be a fight in them, there's some resistance to it, but it's what it takes. And just plain and simple, that's what it takes if you want to be a winning team.
Way up high. Yeah, as my idol often said, toughest thing to do in sport, hit a round ball with a round bat squarely.
Well, I had a guy named Rusty Staub. You remember Rusty Staub?
Oh yeah, Grand Orange.
Rusty asked me one day how many at bats I gave away. I said, last game? He said, on the year. And I said, how many have you given away? What do you think he told me? 1.
No, come on.
I said, what? He just had a little talk with me about, you know, you don't want to go away from your at bat saying that was a poor at bat. And it's just, again, you have to learn to clean it up. The good ones do. Give yourself a better chance of being successful for your team.
Taking all the way 3-1 now to Kinsler.
And I had plenty of bad at bats. I was not that good, but people try to teach me, and you try and pass the word on, and hopefully everybody gets better.
Oh, watch out. That bat flying over the dugout on the third base side, and fortunately didn't even spill the beer. Dangerous nevertheless.
One guy spilled his water, but the beer's okay. But he's really letting this go, and it just right out of his hands. A lot of torque on that. It bounced right off of the top of the dugout.
She played it just right. So 3-2 to Kinsler. Foul back.
How many baseballs do you think in your career have come into the booth that you had a legitimate?
Shockingly few. I would think, yeah, this is a long distance from home plate. I'll tell you what, back at the Briggs Stadium, Tiger Stadium, the visiting broadcast booth was overhang on the third base dugout, right? You had to wear a helmet when you were calling the game. Those foul balls got in there in a hurry.
No net.
Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that'll do it for the 6th inning for the Tigers. They do get a run as Victor Martinez clubs his 10th home run of the season, and after 6, it's the Dodgers 7, the Tigers 4.
Woo, those Dodgers, they'd be balling.
They can play. They go first to third. I mean, these guys steal bases, John. Under Dave Roberts, their manager, they're clicking on all cylinders. It's the best team in baseball. We're getting a chance to see that firsthand. They've got a bunch of extra base hits. They have a really nice mix of youth and athleticism and some veteran presence as well.
There's a reason you win 50 of 59 games, and they're going for 51 of 60 here tonight. 7-4 Dodgers as we rejoin Dick Enberg.
All right, John, thank you very much. Leading off here, top of the 7th inning, is Yasiel Puig against the new Tiger pitcher Warwick Sawfold, the Aussie, 27-year-old Australian.
Got a wall side windows pitching change, 31st game. You see the innings is getting up there, 48 1/3 so far.
Ever get a chance to travel to Australia, Kurt?
Oh yeah, 2 times. We opened the season there in 2014 with the Diamondbacks against the Dodgers, and went there on my honeymoon back in 1985.
Ah,
So
did you go to Sydney?
did. We're going again this year, hopefully, to watch some baseball.
Skies that one to right, does Puig. Plenty of time for Presley to collect it for the first out. And it's time now for the AT&T reliability stat of the game. Highest run differential. Look at they scored 217 more runs than the opposition. Houston is a distant second, and they're a +3 so far tonight.
What's that? 60 less.
Yeah,
60 less runs to the next closest team.
yeah. I mean, that's stunning. Again, we could go on and on. Here's Gonzalez, a double in 3 trips as he returns to the lineup after being out for 2.5 months with that bad back. Doubled his first time up. Rolled by the mound, so it's up to Kinsler, and the slow running Gonzalez unable to beat that out. 2 away.
Ian took care of that nicely. He's done that so many times. Nice little easy bare hand.
Brings up Forsythe. The Tigers trying to figure a way to get him out. Singled in a run and scored in the 2nd. Walked to lead off the 4th and scored. Doubled to lead off the 6th inning and scored. He'd be an 8-pointer and pick the stick if he were Tiger eligible.
You say you don't like that game. It's in your head, though. You can't get it out.
Oh,
can't get it out of his head.
Drives you crazy because you try not to be competitive, but yeah, you want to win that trophy. You got the big gnome. Have you seen the trophy yet?
I have not.
Oh, I mean, it's like winning the Heisman. Jeff Bile, the mastermind of Pick the Stick.
I think overall everybody enjoys it. Just like a bunch of guys chirping each other, having some fun, trying to get a reaction, talking trash, all in good fun.
And pretending you don't care. Back in San Diego, Mark Sweeney and Mark Grant, Tony Gwynn, we'd all battle away. Forsythe to center field, and running it down is Matuk. A 1-2-3 inning for Sawfold. Coming up is the Consumers Energy 7th inning stretch. Now it's time for the unlimited baseball break, brought to you by T-Mobile. Gary Sanchez, as we go back to yesterday's play, 2 for 4 against the Mets. The Yankee with 3 5 RBI games as a catcher in the last 2 years. Aaron Slager's first Twins pitcher to throw 6+ innings and allow 2 or fewer hits in his major league debut since 1992. And Josh Donaldson, the Blue Jays hit 2 home runs off Chris Archer in Thursday's win over Tampa Bay, second player to have 2 home run games against Archer.
Yeah, Donaldson's been heating up.
Pedro Baez comes in from the Dodger bullpen.
That's a wall side windows pitching change. You can see 51 games tonight. ERA of 181. He's going to get the Express. 97+. Does have a slider and a change.
Kinsler, a walk and a couple of fly balls to right.
His last game he pitched was last Sunday versus San Diego, so he's going to be fresh. See Doc Roberts trying to work his bullpen in, give guys a little bit of work here.
First fastball was 97, Kirk.
And hold this lead.
Matuk doubled his last time up. He's also struck out and flied to left. Matuk, then Upton and Cabrera. Justin Upton 3 for 3 tonight. Single, double, and a home run, a triple shy of the cycle. Off the fist, that's falling in left field for a base hit. A little wedge shot off the bed of Kinsler for a base hit. He'll take it, or Matuk rather.
Yeah, we call that a fiddle. It's an Alan Trammell special. Trammell's pretty good at that too. You got to make contact to do it. Give him credit. I used to play the outfield in team scrimmages and try and take those away from Mr. Trammell. Somehow he always got him in there. Mikey, good luck right there. Gets on base for J-Up.
2 hits for Matuk tonight, and here's Upton. Doubled in a run the first inning and scored. Homered in the third, his 24th, and singled his last time up. High, ball 1. The attendance tonight, 32,841 at Comerica.
Nice night, 74 degrees.
University of Michigan night.
Oh, I forgot that. I'm sorry.
That Spartan blood still flows. And Baez and throw that heater 97 and higher and hit that sweet spot for Upton, and we can be a 1-run ball game. Oh boy, there's Trammell, Alan Trammell on the right, and number 6, the great Al Kaline to the left. And we're going to have Alan with us in the booth tomorrow, and then Al has consented to join us on Sunday.
Both were in here earlier to talk to the Hall of Famer.
2 terrific guys. If you could have a team with their personality, their desire, their talent, their honor of the game.
Yeah, I learned a lot from both, I can tell you that.
I bet you did.
Al Kaline, I was blessed to have him my tutor, and Tram is, my wife used to say he was my road wife. Spent a lot of time together.
Well, Alan makes his home not too far from where I live. A couple of long Upton home runs.
Out there California way, by the ocean.
Yeah, Pacific Beach.
Tram's from San Diego, has always returned back there. Did have a Michigan home for some time. He's in and out of here several times a year.
1-2. And he's able to chase. Gets Upton out for the first time tonight as he goes after one down low. Trevor, what do you have for us?
Well, Dick, 2012 was certainly a magical year for Miguel Cabrera, the year that he won the Triple Crown. And they just so happen to have a throne right here on the concourse at Comerica Park. I cannot tell you the number of people that have sat and taken their picture inside this throne while we were sitting around waiting to get our turn here tonight. So a tribute to Miggy and that Triple Crown season. Maybe he can recapture some of that in this at-bat. Let's see.
Hey, looking mighty smooth. A lot of O's in your smooth tonight.
I like it, Dick.
Here's Cabrera. RBI double and a couple of punch outs.
Cabrera and Castellanos both pounding with fastballs in. Elevation is better. Throwing a lot of two-seamers that run in on the righties, Cabrera and Castellanos. Then they throw the breaking stuff per chase off the plate or towards the left-handed batter's box. Now it's one thing to sit and identify it. And Miggy knows it, and so does Castellanos.
Jams him, and that one will loop foul.
When you're up there and you're struggling a bit and you're thinking a little bit too much, it's very hard to execute your game plan. That Matt Boyd.
The automatic smiles. You get that souvenir baseball. Never fails.
Well, Matt Boyd has been in the rotation. Wouldn't be surprised if it was his bullpen day and they're having him throw an inning out here.
That ball hit well to left center field. Does it have enough? Not quite. To the warning track, and Peterson grabs it for the second out. Didn't quite find the sweet spot.
Yeah, it sounded like it either got in on him or just off the end of the bat. Didn't have that sound. He made a bid. I think he just has not had that balance. It got in on him just a little bit. See that ball, two-seamer running back on Miggy. Oh, I know he's frustrated.
Brings up Nick Castellanos. Flight out to right, long out to center, and last time struck out.
That's my guy. He's a -1. Let's do a little round tripper here.
Chases a pitch out of the strike zone.
Slider, nasty.
Was that the toughest pitch for you to hit?
Screwball. First time I remember Mike Norris.
Yeah.
Yeah, slider was tough. Then all of a sudden I was hitting screwballs, or trying to. Nobody threw, not many threw the screwball. The ball went the other way. No, you weren't used to it.
It's kind of like the kick serve in tennis.
He threw one. Mike Marshall threw one. Fernando Valenzuela threw one. I know the answer to this question because it would be a dominant pitch. It's very hard to throw. It's very hard on the shoulder. That's why you don't see that many.
Carl Hubble was the first to really get a lot of acclaim for the screwball. A ball and a strike. 2 outs, a man aboard. And Roller to short, Taylor to second for the force. And that's it for the Tigers' 7th. On to the 8th we go. It's 7-4. Los Angeles, you're watching Tigers baseball on Fox Sports Detroit, presented by Bell Tire. completed 7 innings, and the Dodgers, the dominant team in baseball, have a 7-4 lead. And here comes Matthew Boyd.
First relief appearance since coming over to the Tigers. Is thrown some good innings, but has not found his consistency. So Matt will get a chance to come out of the bullpen. I am guessing this might be his bullpen day for being a starter, so that's why they got him thrown an inning here.
And manager Roberts of the Dodgers will counter with Kiki Hernandez to lead off the top of the 8th inning, and then it'll be Taylor and Seager, the 1-2 hitters in the order.
Everybody's huddled around. You can see Justin Turner's always over there on that pad. Now they've got Matt Boyd on that pad right there. That's it. They see a new pitcher, they gather around, they see what he does, they talk, they come up with the game plan. And I know earlier a lot of the leadership was the hitting coach Turner Ward telling them what he was looking for, and now it's, you can see it's evolved with the players go over there, they get their information, do it together, and come up with the game plan on their own. Here we go.
Hernandez, he'll celebrate a birthday next week. He'll be 26. Dominican Republic. Average not much, but he hits with power. Bad swing there, fooled by Boyd.
Kind of a odd swing here. Is totally fooled, you can tell. Ball's right by him.
High and away. 95 on that delivery. Foul back.
Tigers have a lot of versatility, and not only Chris Taylor but Kiki Hernandez. I believe he's played every position this year except pitch and caught. So you got 2 guys. Taylor can play outfield or infield. I think he's played all the positions except first, catch, or pitch. In the National League, that's essential. You need to have that versatility. You get into double switches and moving guys around. Somebody gets hurt. Got to have people that can play different positions.
2-2 to Kike. And down he goes. Boyd with a strikeout to open the 8th inning. A reminder, tomorrow on FS1 it'll be these National League West and Major League Baseball's dominating Dodgers against the Tigers. Dodgers and Tigers. Coverage begins at 3 Eastern tomorrow on FS1.
Going across the nation, are you?
Yeah, that's going to be fun. Hopefully Michael Fulmer will be on his game. Last year when I had the privilege of coming here to sit in for a game for Mario Fulmer, I think it was his 2nd start. Very impressive, and he went on to capture Rookie of the Year honors in the American League.
He's going to go against Hyun Ryu, left-hander.
Ryu's been battling injuries for a couple of years. He's
got good stuff, though.
Oh, does he ever? South Korean. Taylor 3 for 4 in the game, and could well be 4 for 4. He ripped one at Castellanos in the 1st inning, and Nick able to hang with it and throw him out. Since then he's doubled in a run, doubled in another run, and singled and stole a base.
Taylor reminds me, what's the guy's name? It's around a long time, last with the Cubs. Oh boy.
Ground ball toward the hole. He's got his 4th hit. Didn't hit it sharply, but good direction. 4 for 5 night for Taylor. That'll bring up the designated hitter, Corey Seager. So you take Seager out of the lineup defensively, use him as the DH. Of course, they don't have that luxury over in the National League side, and you put in Taylor All he does is go 4 for 5.
Yeah, Taylor has earned the right. He's going to play almost every day. Somewhere,
Yeah,
left, center, any one of the infield positions.
It's a good lesson for young players, isn't it? Be available, be valuable at more than one position.
Yeah, find your niche.
Seager takes.
It looks like Matt Boyd's missing a lot upstairs. I don't know if he's tired, but he's been missing doing that for a while. Having a hard time driving the ball down when he wants to. Seems like he's getting underneath his breaking ball.
Seager's knocked in 3 runs tonight with a 2-run single and a sac fly. Chase is there.
As I said in his last at bat, hits lefties about 60 points higher than he does right-handed pitchers.
Kyle, his brother, has been a solid player with the Mariners.
Boy, he has. Remember, we tried to get him, Kyle Seager, in a trade actually when the Diamondbacks were trying to trade Justin Upton to the Mariners. Tried to get Walker, Seager.
Ground ball to second. That should be 2. Kinsler, Iglesias, and on to Cabrera. A double play. I love the double play. Well executed. And here come the Tigers, bottom of the 8th inning. They need 3 to tie. I love thee. Let me count the ways. The distinct beauty of the baseball field's geometry. Squares, circles, rectangles, a pentagon, and lines to infinity.
So we got Dick Enberg in the booth, and you've had many nice poems and sayings reflective of how you feel about the game.
And my heart beats for this game. It's in my DNA. And that was the essay I wrote, my love letter to baseball, in closing out my play-by-play career with the Padres last year. Bottom of the 8th inning, Martinez, who homered his last time, and then McCann and Presley against Pedro Baez going into a second inning, the big right-hander for the Dodgers.
So how many of those do you think you've written in your career?
Yeah, I don't, counting all sports, I really don't know. I love to write. I'm not an outstanding writer. Those are the ones That ball hit off the end of the bat, right center. Is it going to fall? Yes, for a base hit. Martinez with a bloop base hit to open the 8th inning. You know, his second hit tonight.
Well, he hit the home run, so your initial reaction when you see the big swing is to break back. And Hernandez just in the game right there. Coming right at you. The ball always finds you. You write a poem about that, how the ball always finds you, or you make an error, it comes at you again, you lose one in the sun, here it comes. They put you in the game, ball's coming to find you.
He did a good job of just keeping that one in the glove. That gets by him, and Martinez would have at least one more base, if not more.
Yeah, I always talk about it. Sparky taught us the scoreboard. He used to say it's like a painting. So we're down 7-4 right now. So if you're Victor, you want to make sure you don't get doubled off. Any way that you look at it, if it's hit right to the first baseman, you got to get back.
McCann, a single in 3 trips. He lines it right, and that's going to fall. It looked as if left fielder Bellinger didn't see the ball off the bat. He was shading his eyes as if it was caught up in the lights. Neither ball hit hard, but the Padres, I knew that would come out. The Tigers have back-to-back singles, and that'll bring the tying run to the plate.
That's what you try and do right now, and you got to keep it that way. Like I was saying, 7-4, down by 2 runs. Not doubled off, don't want to run into any outs. You're going to be able to play conservatively right now. Got Presley, Iglesias into the top of the order with Ian Kinsler. Want to just keep the line moving. If you're Presley, you want to get a ball that you can drive in a gap, pull it down the line. You're not trying to hit into a double play right here. So obviously the pitchers, they are going to be trying to get you to hit the ball on the ground. You don't want to do that.
Left-hander getting loose in the Dodger pen as Presley steps in. He's been on base all 3 times, walked twice, and an infield hit. Tigers have now matched the Dodgers in the hit column, 11 apiece, but trail by 3. But with no one out, a chance here for Detroit.
That was a tough call there. It was well out of the zone up top.
Luis Avalon is the left-hander warming up for the Dodgers.
Dodgers are smart. They got the previous call, so they went up there to see if they could get it again. Even this the count at 1-1.
.97. That one thrown right through the swing of Presley.
Giddy up there. Got a guy throwing that hard. You have a tendency to try and overswing and create more bat speed. The reality of it is you want to just get shorter and quicker to the ball. So you just have to mechanically be sound. Take that barrel right to the ball. He'll supply the power.
Down he goes. 98 on that fastball. 1 away. MLB.com at Bat is your #1 mobile app for live Tigers baseball. Stay connected with a fully customizable experience. Get Tigers home screen icons and app features, and also game day, live game video highlights, radio broadcasts, statcast, news, and more. Download MLB.com at Bat today.
So Iggy has swung at the last 2 pitches, so the Dodgers are probably going to throw him some type of chase pitch. Hit 3 balls on the ground, so you want to get it up. Maybe think the other way. There's a nice hole between first base and the second baseman. Shoot it that way. Do not want to roll this over.
Hit into a double play his first time up.
Yeah, he's seen 5 pitches in his 3 at bats. So
backs off from the 98-mile-an-hour fastball.
It's going to be a slider right here.
That's a tough one to hit when you hit that spot at 98.
Yeah, you're not going to hit that.
It's a strike, according to our Fox tracks.
Not something you'd want to hit. Anything inside you want to let go right now. Got to look out over the plate.
2 on for the Tigers here. 1 away in the bottom of the 8th inning. A chance to get back in it. Yeah, the Tigers off to a good start tonight. They scored 2 in the first inning off Rich Hill, but the Dodgers answered with 4 in the second and have led ever since. Upton's home run cut it to 4-3, but the Dodgers came right back to score 2 to make it 6-3. They traded runs in the 6th inning, and that's where we stand at 7-4. Couple of Tiger home runs, both solo, Upton and Martinez. Ground ball, foul.
Had have been big there. Got that breaking ball as a kind of a hanger. Iggy unable to keep it fair.
Top of the order, and Kinsler after Iglesias.
Crowd's coming to life. I tell you, the crowd's been great this year down here in Comerica. Appreciate it.
This could be 2. Bobbled there. There's 1. No, they can't get Iglesias for the double play. And so it's 1st and 3rd with 2 outs. Another ground ball. Iglesias all 4 times up. He's hit it on the ground.
Just a bad flip, barehanded by Forsythe. Ken does his best to get down there and deter the throw to first.
So 1st and 3rd for Kinsler.
Wouldn't it be something?
He's got a dozen home runs. He walked to start the game in the 1st inning for the Tigers, stole 2nd and stole 3rd, and then scored on Upton's double, and Upton came home on Cabrera's double for the early 2-0 lead.
Gonna go high heater. Pretty good power pitching right there, 98. It's the first meeting ever between Baez and Kinsler.
Baez challenging him.
Yep, 97, 98. You kind of, Ian kind of missed him. There's Jansen.
One of the best, the closer, Jansen.
Converted catcher. That's a big catcher, isn't it?
And he can throw strikes. That's one of his many talents.
Gotten better and better at it.
Little how do you do?
That was the purpose. Get it in tight on him. Trying to set up that slider. Yeah, it's just part of the game. Nobody tries to throw at anybody's head. Maybe occasionally, but I think overall, you got to get it in there. You're 0-2. You want to make a purpose pitch. That's the way it's got to be.
That'll make one of the 32,841 here tonight happy.
Good at bat by Ian so far. You can see that he's really in a 2-strike approach up there at the plate. Just fouling off the fastball. Unable to get that curveball fair.
Good take. Good battle by Kinsler. 2-2.
He's had good at bats today. Walk. Couple of flyouts to the outfield and a strikeout.
Martinez at third. Iglesias at first. That's the fastest yet from Baez. Runners at the corners for the Tigers. Kinsler, the leadoff man, representing the tying run here in the bottom of the 8th.
Young fans there with their gloves on. Better watch, it's going to come in hot over there.
Ooh, under the chin again, full count. That's the 7th pitch of this at bat. Kinsler fighting his way out of 0-2, has the count full. That'll give Iglesias a running start. And another foul. Who's going to win this battle?
Here's the upcoming pitching matchup presented to you by Wallside Windows. Tomorrow we got Hyun-Jin Ryu for the Dodgers against Michael Fulmer. Ryu's been hurt quite a bit this season. Of course, Fulmer missed the start and said he felt okay, just wasn't as sharp as he wanted to be. He'll be teeing it up tomorrow. Coverage, the game is at 4, pregame on Fox Sports Detroit at 3 o'clock. Actually, the Fox Sport FS1.
Line drive caught by Gonzalez. Oh my. The Gold Glove of Gonzalez. He's won several. Able to spear that line drive headed for the right field corner. And that'll do it for the 8th inning for Detroit. And that's a part of the Dodger game. They hit it, they pitch it, and they can field it as well.
And Rod Allen with a 1-800-CALL-SAM update. Well, the Dodgers have led for most of the evening. The Tigers have had chances to climb back into this one, and now they'll have to face the biggest challenge of them all.
Well, Kenley Jansen more than likely will pitch the 9th inning for the Los Angeles Dodgers. He has 32 saves, 80 strikeouts. He's only walked 5. He can be beat, but it's going to be tough.
All right, upstairs we go for the 9th inning. Here's Dick Enberg and Kirk Gibson, guys.
All right, thanks, John. 9th inning. Boyd into his 2nd inning of work. And Justin Turner, 1 hit in 3 at-bats and a walk tonight for the National League leading batter. Turner, Bellinger, Grandal for LA. So Boyd making his first relief appearance. Able to get through the 8th inning, gave up a hit but a double play, no damage done.
Menace up in the Tigers bullpen. He's getting an education. A young kid, had a great arm down in the minors, just accomplished everything that you would want, and here he comes for the Tigers, getting some schooling, some seasoning.
And there's a lot to that, isn't there, Kirk? It just not only playing at the big league level, but being in a big league clubhouse and just see the feeling of what it is to be a major leaguer.
Yeah, in the park, maybe there's a hero of yours you're pitching against. It's a little different. Remember, I was playing against Yaz. We used to try and catch home run balls hit at Tiger Stadium by Yaz. Pretty overwhelming.
That was your idol growing up?
Well, he was one of them. Somewhat of a curiosity watching him on TV as Turner gets the walk.
A reminder, the Tigers and the Dodgers tomorrow at 4:05, and the first 10,000 of you fans will receive a free Alan Trammell bobblehead. For tickets, visit tigers.com or call 866-66-TIGER. First 10,000 get that souvenir, the great Alan Trammell bobblehead. Bellinger has struck out twice, popped up and walked.
Now Matt Boyd coming out of the bullpen, 21 pitches, 11 balls. He's throwing more balls than strikes. Got to find a way to pound that zone.
And misses again. 2-0. Well, Boyd knows what it's like to win a championship, College World Series champion, as he pitched for the Oregon State Beavers. They've got a terrific program up there in Corvallis in the Northwest. Consistently good teams. Way outside. I'm surprised that they don't have someone else warming up with Jansen. If the Dodgers score another run, then it won't be a save situation for him.
Yeah, he hasn't probably thrown in a while. He hasn't thrown since Sunday.
Back-to-back walks to open the 9th inning as Turner and Bellinger are aboard.
Just like we promised earlier in the game, it's Miller time, brought to you by Miller Lite. Dodgers have been hot tonight, but they got 5-6 doubles. Started off with Chris Taylor, Adrian Gonzalez. You got Grandal, Taylor again, and say Peterson and Logan Forsythe. Been driving the ball up the gaps. Back-to-back doubles on a couple of occasions, and they're out to a 7-4 lead here in the top of the 9th.
And a couple of free passes to set it up for Grandal, no one out. Yasmani has walked and doubled, 1 for 3.
Matt Boyd back-to-back walks here to start off the 9th. Looking for a grounder off Yasmani Grandal.
Good man to double up. I mentioned earlier of my affection for the double play. As a fan and as a broadcaster, when you come to the yard, it's almost guaranteed you're going to see a double play, sometimes many double plays. And I marvel at the talent to turn one in 4 seconds. A ball is hit, it's fielded, it's thrown, it's caught, it's thrown again, and you get 2 outs in 4 seconds. How good is that? See if the Tigers can pull one off right here. Got to throw a strike though. 1-1.
Yeah, you get a lot of double plays. It gets you out of a lot of trouble. You can't afford to not take advantage of a double play ball. Such intricate details that determines yes or no.
It's a baseball ballet. That slow curveball gets the strike call. 1-2.
You know, anything to the left side of the diamond, it's got to go over to Ian Kinsler. Throw's got to be where his glove is back. Ian's got to have his hand up by his throwing arm, up by the glove, so he can get rid of it in a quick transfer.
Just misses outside. Got him. Big strikeout of Grandal. Second strikeout for Boyd, and that'll bring up Yasiel Puig.
Yeah, when Matt is throwing the ball where he wants to throw it, he's got electric stuff. He wanted that ball more inside. That ball kind of tails, but he still gets Grandal, and that's going to be it for Matt Boyd. I'm sure he's on a pitch count. That's 30 pitches.
So he goes an inning and a third. Gives up a single and a couple of walks. And a pitching change coming up for the Tigers.
Puig is going to be the next hitter, and he's been a tough study. Actually, got out to very successful early. Look at him, that's my buddy Turner Ward. Look, he got a kiss from him. And Puig's been tough to deal with by many, but Turner is a great guy and got him. And Puig made up his T-shirt. Look at there. You want one? Signifying their friendship and a moment that he finally, you know, Yasiel Puig is finally trusts Turner, and they've worked through a lot of his issues. And Puig has been in his best behavior. Although I might say, like, he's an active guy. He's an energy guy. He's going to do some things that may offend people or people don't understand, but.
Well, he comes out of Cuba at 21 and gets what, $70 million, and he just was frankly immature on the field and off the field. And as he's grown up,
good guy.
Ground ball into left field for a base hit. That's part of growing up. And they'll hold the runner at third. The bases are loaded as Puig greets Jimenez with a base hit. So he joins the hit parade.
We talked about Puig's weaknesses inside. He's been working on hitting the ball inside. This ball right here, he comes in, Joe Jimenez. Ball's pretty much down the middle of the plate. He gets his arms out. It's not where you want it, but Puig jumped all over it. However, runner at third, Turner, got held up. So his bases loaded out with 1 out. Joe, make a good pitch, get that double play.
Adrian Gonzalez back in the lineup for the Dodgers after suffering a back injury. Kept him out since June. Doubled his first time up. And takes a strike. 98, or is that 88 on that last pitch? 88.
Slide piece.
And we're worried about Jimenez, the velocity, usually up around 94, 95, but last time out more around 91. That 3 miles an hour can make a big difference. High fly ball center field.
Second base.
Turner's tagging. Runners coming from third. He's going to hold up, but it's a good idea. The runner scores. Now it doesn't matter quite so much. That was really alert base running in a way, and they get him on the back leg, and finally the signal given by Bill Miller, but the run scores, and that'll make it 8-4. But to give Bellinger credit, he started toward third, and then he realized that if he continued, he was going to be out, and maybe out before the run scored. So he held up, got in the rundown, and while he's out, ultimately he does work the relay into a run. There's the tag on the back of the left leg. 8-5, 4-5 on the putout, and credit Gonzalez with the RBI. Brought to you by Comerica Bank, a part of Detroit and the community since 1849. Your Metro Detroit Chevy dealers. Visit ChevyDetroit.com. See why Chevy drives the Motor City. And by Wallside Windows. We can do that. We are the factory. The all-win Los Angeles Dodgers 3 outs away from recording their 52nd win in 60 games, and here's their closer, all-star Kenley Jansen. He has been brilliant.
Yeah, you can see the games right there, and he's just really dominated. Ranked second in saves. National League gets 32. Best relievers in wins. He's tied for 8th. ERA's first, 1.20. And he doesn't walk anybody. Strikeout to walk ratio, he's first in the major leagues. Pretty much fastball, cutter. They say fastball, slider, but everything just kind of cuts really late. 93 to 95. He's got pinpoint control.
Quickly ahead of Matuk, 2 strikes. As Rod Allen mentioned earlier, Jansen has pitched 50 innings this year and walked 5. 5 is all. And even though this is not a save situation, apparently he's not had much work lately, and they want to give him just that opportunity. He quickly disposes of Matu.
Now, if you look at it, the speed is 92. You say, well, why can't he hit it? Jansen's a big fella. He's got a herky-jerky motion. Look at it, the glove goes way up high, and he just comes right down on you. And look at how he's just right over the top, comes out from nowhere. You see it late. It's got some life.
May only cut just a few inches, but that's all the difference. Here's Upton. He's had a big night, 3 for 4. Everything but a triple. Ball 1. Scored 2. Hit his 24th home run, and he's knocked in 2.
Now, I would say his foot is landing down that hill a little farther than everybody else that they've seen tonight. So he's let go of it 55 feet, 60 feet, 6 inches.
Mm. 2-1.
Okay, so you can see right here where this is where the foot's landing. So I would say he's landing right down in here. Now my telestrator's not telestrating very good, but he's well down the hill, so don't get fooled by the radar. Oh boy.
That ball is drilled to left field, and Upton will touch them all. What a night for Justin Upton. Four for 5 with a pair of home runs. That cuts the lead to 8-5, and not many take Kenley Jansen deep, and that was a no-doubter.
Yep, got a nice fastball again right down the middle, and he gauged it. Guess he's feeling it, isn't he?
Boy, 24 and 25 in the home run column for Justin Upton. A pair tonight.
That's Jansen's 4th given up this year out of the 50 innings he's pitched.
Cabrera an RBI double in 4 trips. Jansen gets a call.
Here's Jay up, just runs right in on him. He's got good bat speed, and he's strong.
I mean, that is such a short, compact swing to get that kind of power. Ground ball into left field for a base hit. A low liner past the dive of Turner. And the Tigers trying to rally from 4 runs down here in the ninth.
Mickey gets on the board after that's the 2nd hit of the night, a double and a single, a couple strikeouts. And it counts right now. We need to get another runner on the base, get that tying run to the plate.
Nick Castellanos wearing the collar tonight, 0 for 4. A couple of fly balls, a strikeout, and a ground out. And he loops one into left center. That'll fall for a base hit. And the Tigers indeed will bring the tying run to the plate here in the ninth. After striking out Matuk, home run Upton and singles by Cabrera and Castellanos. And here comes Victor Martinez. He homered earlier.
Well, speaking of Victor's home run back in the 6th inning, the Tigers need right now him to go back-to-back on the home runs. You got all this above the Bell Tire sign over there in right field.
Number 10.
Great career numbers for V-Mart. It's
2 for 2 with a homer.
With a dinger.
Pulled sharply but foul.
Tigers being aggressive here.
Tigers now with 14 hits. 2 more than the Dodgers, but still need that big swing. Down by 3.
Tie it up first and then go on to win.
That almost nicked the jersey of Martinez. James McCann on deck. Rally Caps alive.
So Jansen, there look like fastballs right at the end. There's a cut. It's moving about 2 inches. It bears late and in on Victor. So basically, if it starts on the barrel, it should break off the barrel right at the end of the pitch.
This is away.
They turned that one over there. The one went the other way.
Jansen wants to talk it over with Grandal. The action pitch, 2-1. Doesn't want to go 3-1. Martinez wants to see something that he likes, do some damage.
Pulled the string on him there.
82 on that pitch.
Take a look at the grip. Watch this good slider there. You don't see many of those from Jansen, but gotten hit around here. He's going to smarten up.
2-2 with 2 on.
Take a look at that pitch right there. And he throws his cutter. Watch it. Just at the end, it's just sliding in, comes off the barrel, down by the trademark, and Victor just fouls it off. Good hang there, gets another slider. Victor saw a couple of them now, so just battling to get a piece of it. It's not a shift out for V-Mart. Got runners on first and second, unable to play the shift. Normal, we got first baseman back, second base pretty much straight up like normal.
Lays off and the count goes full. Gonzalez at first base, guarding the line almost on the grass, at protecting against the extra base hit. Fans urging Martinez to do some damage. got in. Little hesitation in the windup, and then he kicked and fired the strike 3. 2 away.
Yeah, they threw it right where they wanted to throw it. You see the target from Grandal. Wants it high, wants it up and breaking out of the zone. It's just very hard as a hitter if you see that many pitches to lay off that pitch.
Probably ball 4, but you got to take a cut at it. Living and dying with each pitch. So 2 outs to James McCann. He's 2 for 4 tonight and takes high. Well, there have been plenty of opportunities for the Tigers. They've left a man on base. 2 in the 4th, 2 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th, 1 in the 7th, 2 in the 8th, and don't forget that ended with a line drive by Kinsler, stabbed by Gonzalez at first base. Going for the tie on that swing.
See how Jansen right there just stopped at his motion. Sometimes he goes straight through with it, other times he has more of a pause and then he just jumps at you.
Yeah, that was the same delivery that struck out Martinez. And the Tigers are down to their final strike.
Jansen very deceiving. You just kind of watch how that. Watch the glove comes first, and then the arm comes out of the ear. Gloves up.
Did he go? Yes, he did. Punched out by plate umpire Todd Titchener, and Jansen works out of trouble. Gave up the home run to Upton and a couple of singles, but then back with a strikeout. He strikes out the side in the bottom of the 9th, and the Tigers fall by a score of 8-5. A Dodger win again. Boy, is that a familiar refrain. We'll send it to the Call Sam Studios. John Keating standing by for the Tigers live post-game show.
All right, Dick, thanks. An absolute delight to hear you broadcasting a baseball game again. Coming up on Tigers Live, somebody actually typed Uptown Funk there. Dodgers step to the plate, trying to get their hacks in, and they did that tonight. Meanwhile, their starter created all kinds of a puzzle for the Tigers tonight. You'll hear from Tiger skipper Brad Ausmus along with Fireworks Live when Tigers Live gets going.